Welcome everybody to the, I guess it's the Monday night PWAM, and it's not AC. I haven't even heard from AC today. AC didn't ask me if we were doing the show today like he normally does. I haven't even heard from him. Have you heard from AC at all today? Hmm, must be working or something. But anyway, we're here. We're going to be here for at least a little while here for you folks. Me and Jeff Edwards here. Got a lot of things to talk about tonight. Not only do we have to talk about Sony's, I do want to talk a little bit of wrestling tonight. I don't know if you did. You see the opening segment of Raw? No. Okay. All right. Good opening segment. I'll just say that. Paul Heyman coming out there cutting one fucking hell of a promo against Samoa Joe, talking about like how, you know, you're not the all the Samoans are revered and all of them are related except for you. You're the mutt of all the Samoans. You're the one that can't get it done. And that brings Joe out and they have a big fucking pull apart. And the last thing you get out of the pull apart is Joe just running out of the barrage of people holding back and just fucking super kicking Brock in his face. I mean, it was awesome. So, you know, and they're selling me on the match. I want to see those two fight now. So, there you go. We are 1650 PWAM, and golly, as over 4,000 people have found out about the network in the last 24 hours. I mean, I'm not taking credit for it. They found us. They didn't just find me. They found us because I mentioned you. I mentioned the network on that show, and I oh white, yes, the oh white, um, the lucky dog, oh white. Makes me sound like I'm Irish. Pops oh white, yes, Pops Masterson, ladies and gentlemen, making an appearance on the channel today. I knew if I played right out of the gate as Rory McIlroy, I was going to catch shit for it on that golf game. Because people were like, because there's no difficulty setting. You can choose what tees you start from, and you can choose who you play against. So I was like, fuck it. I'm not gonna. The next upcoming episode is gonna be, it's gonna be me playing as Pops Masterson versus Rory McIlroy. Yeah, and I did. But my overall right now is sitting at like 69 because I just started my career mode type thing. So, I mean, it's I have created myself. It's just some random character that I created that looks nothing like me. Um, so anyway, we got a lot here at E3 tonight. Um, we're gonna talk Okada in a minute. Um, that's if my Firefox doesn't shut down on me first. Really? Come on, Firefox. There we go. Yeah, well, I still have Sony's E3 thing up. I need to stop that script. Come on. There we go. So tonight Sony had their big E3 press conference, and I did not stream it live with you guys. One of two reasons. One, it wasn't working well last night. The entire Bethesda thing, the audio, the video got scrapped, so people will never see what we did last night. Sadly, um, which was it was a pretty decent show actually. Um, we were very good last night. Nobody will see it anyway. But tonight I got about 2.5 pages worth of stuff. So I'll let you start it off here. What did you think overall of Sony's press conference? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wrote down everything that they showed, and we'll get to Skyrim. I'll tell you what my note is here in a minute when it comes to Skyrim because it goes off what we were talking about last night. But what did you think of the overall presentation? If you look at it from a show, Sony didn't put on a press conference tonight. Sony didn't put out a E3 press conference. Sony took it to a new level as far as their presentation and gave you a show. They entertained you throughout this thing. Um, and it started from the very beginning. I thought we were getting WWE 2K18 with Jinder Mahal on the cover. I mean, I thought the Maharaja was going to come out and start dancing, baby. And I thought it was really cool. You got that waterfall behind him, which when that came up, I was like, holy shit, they're doing some really cool effects. And the waterfall with the light twisting, it made the waterfall look like sand and everything, and we that which led us to our first game, which was Uncharted Lost Legacy. What were your thoughts on this one? What they showed us with this? Yeah, the women's revolution in video games. Yeah, ever since GamerGate happened, we got to have a women in video games now. But yeah, I mean, compared to we got Nadine back from Uncharted 4, which is cool. I forget the name of the Indian woman. I really do. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. How dare you forget their names? I'll just start calling all of them Maharaja. Do you want that? I mean, that's an uplifting name in Arabic, actually, or in Indian. No, it's. What? Good night, folks. No, just kidding. Go join the other 4,000 and watch the other video. Where I rag on the American Young Bucks for an hour. Anyway, um, the Uncharted Lost Legacy, I put the facial expressions and the dialogue in this game compared to what we've seen in other games this week or this weekend, past weekend so far, looked weak. It looked like just another Uncharted game from Naughty Dog. And it's like, I wanted to see something else. I wanted to see The Last of Us 2. At least something, you know? And yeah, and nobody, it's coming. They barraged us with games. We only had, what's his name? Sean Layden. We only had him come out twice, and those were the only two people that we heard from in this press conference. We didn't hear from any developers. We didn't hear from anybody. Hey, look at this person. She's out here playing video games and this. Nothing like we got at Xbox. Um, and I think Sony is kind of saving that for all week long on their channel, which is cool. It's a way to get people to go ahead and tune in. But it's like you said, this press conference to me, if you had to compare Sony and Microsoft this year, Microsoft for me it's kind of neck and neck because the introduction of a new system that was their only leg to stand on. That and their further backwards compatibility. Sony's leg to stand on was games, and they didn't go the route of everything is running on PS4 Pro at 4K at 1080. You must go buy this. They didn't even mention that hardly once. At least have a when you showed gameplay footage of that Spider-Man game, at least put a tag on your lower third saying, footage captured from a PS4 Pro, something to that effect. They didn't do it not once in here. And then it started. Well, it then started to snow in the arena, which I thought was very cool. And we got the Guerrilla Games logo, and as soon as we got that, I was like, "Yay, Horizon!" Because I love Horizon, even though I haven't finished it yet, because it came out a month before Zelda, and I just got totally enamored in Zelda that I lost myself in Zelda for like the first 4 months or 2 or 3 months it was out. So, um, have you played Horizon yet? Have you gotten a chance to even know what Horizon is yet? What were your thoughts on this? It's a beautiful game. Oh yeah, from the PlayStation, streaming it from the PlayStation. Um, it's a beautiful game. I love it. In fact, this right here encourages me to pick it up again and play it a little bit more often now. Um, do you remember what the expansion pack was called? I can't. I wanted to write it down, but it was snowy something. It's cold something. I don't remember. Something to that effect. it looked badass, and I'll understand it probably better once I've played through the actual storyline of Horizon, which I haven't finished it yet. I'm not even a third of the way into the game yet. Because I mean, literally 2 weeks after that came out, the Switch hit, and my eyes have been focused there ever since on Zelda. I literally every spare moment I could for those, from March all the way until now has been spent on Zelda, and just there's still places on that map I haven't discovered. So, um, Days Gone. Ugh. Look like The Last of Us with bikers. Yeah, it did. It really did. I I soured I soured on this game last year when they debuted it at E3. Everybody was marking out for this game, and I was just like, another fucking zombie game? Oh, and this time they're going to tower over each other like in World War Z. And when they showed that, I guess you would call it mechanic tonight, it looked clunky. I have here, zombies look clunky. It looked like they were glitching when they were trying to leap over each other. But anyway, go ahead and finish your point here. Hmm. I think you'll get that here, but it's just still, it just comes off as such a Last of Us ripoff, man. I like the bear trap thing. That was cool, but it was like, it ain't nothing that we ain't already seen in another game. It's like they're painting over shit that's already been done to say this is what we can do with that. And I want to say when they showed the zombies hanging upside down, they cut to the crowd with the damn zombie, the real live people hanging from the roof. I was like, I was more focused on that than the gameplay because I was like, that's fucking cool. Again, entertaining you, making it look like an experience, the game coming to life, so to speak. Um, I put here the good good facials in this game compared to the Uncharted that we got before this, and yeah, really good. The mocap, man, they put the time in for the mocap on this. Um, the the only the thing. Whoa! Somebody just subscribed to us. Hold on. Some Chinese people just subscribe. I can't read that, dude, but thank you. Welcome to 1650 PWAM. And this may be a good break in the action to recount all of our subscribers here in the last 24 hours. We're going to give them individual shout outs here. Robert May has subscribed here. He subscribed about 24 hours ago. When this graphic disappears off the screen, I'll go ahead and change the next one. If it'll play. Joseph Sag. I have no idea how to pronounce your last name, dude. Sagatumi? Dude, I'm not even going to try, but thank you for subscribing. Um, Marcelo Portugal subscribed to us about 20 hours ago. And joining the clan here at the 1650 PWAM family, Ryan Alpeter, there he is, has subscribed as well. We want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing in the last 24 hours. And every time you subscribe, whenever you subscribe to this channel, we advise you to go ahead and click that button because we'll give you a shout out whenever we go live. Getting back to the Days Gone, though, it reminded me like, oh God, it's a biker. It's ripping off. I can't see bikers on anything now without thinking Sons of Anarchy. That show has just every time. I mean, he had a nomad patch on, and he was an enforcer. Was it? And I'm just like, if the game evolved around that, like a motorcycle gang trying to survive in the zombie world, that would be kicked like Sons of Anarchy with zombies thrown in there. That would be something that kind of piques my interest. But I have a feeling like that patch he's wearing, that cut he's wearing, you're gonna find out very little about that. You'll get maybe like a flashback sequence of him belonging to this motorcycle gang, but that to me has nothing. I mean, the impression I keep getting is that has nothing to do with the storyline of this game whatsoever. Mm-hmm. No, I don't think that's right. Like I said, I mean, it's in the first trailer they announced it was like you on the bike and you still had the same cut on. We don't even know the main character's name really. Um, I put here the zombie bear at the end looked kick ass. I like the fact that the animals are infected here in this game. But the zombie bear kicked ass. I mean, it's like I just was like the smart ass in me was like only you can prevent zombie outbreaks. So um, I have here again no PS4 Pro tags. Nothing here saying that this was in-game footage off PS4 Pro. Nothing. Um, and then we got Sean Layden came out, mentioned VR, mentioned kind of hinting out there that we were the first to bring you 4K on consoles. We were the first to bring you HDR. Kind of sticking it to Xbox, going, yeah, you did it. You topped us, but we were the first ones to do it. We were the first ones to venture out into VR territory. Somebody from the crowd, I'm, I'm gonna be obvious here. Some black guy in the crowd goes preach, and that threw him off his game a little bit. Um, and then we got a game. It's called Monster Hunter World. I never played any of the Monster Hunter games from Capcom. But we had dinosaurs and we had guys in ghillie suits, and it looks very early in development that I put here. So, what were your thoughts on this one? Oh, mm-hmm. Your kid's what, 4? 5 now. Okay, okay, yeah. And so he's old enough to get it like my son is. So he's my son will sit there and run in on video games. Dad, I just did this. I just did this. So see, my kid doesn't touch my PS4 or my Switch. I'm just I'm not evil. It's just he doesn't have $400 to replace it. He already broke the damn Wii U by dropping it. I let him carry the Wii U to his room, and I heard it hit the floor. And then after that, the left trigger wouldn't work, and the touchscreen wouldn't work, and I had to sell it broken to GameStop. So from that time on, he doesn't touch my video games until I can trust him. So looks very early in development. Anything here about the dinosaur game, Monster Hunter World? Mm-mm. I mean, it's the classic. Ever since Final Fantasy VII, a character has to come out every year with a character has a big sword. You know. And then we saw the hashtag Cloud is right, man. Which we'll get to that here in a little bit. We saw the Japan and Blue Point logo, which could mean something having to do with Last Guardian. Maybe they're expanding Last Guardian, but no. We got Shadow of the Colossus, which is an awesome game. I don't know if you ever played that for PS3 or not. Did you? It's awesome. It's a game where you're literally climbing like 100-foot tall monsters trying to kill them, and you have to figure out how to climb up it without getting bucked off or attacked or your ass beat, pretty much. But the thing is, they said Shadow of the Colossus. No, I don't know if this because I really never did play the first one. I just know what it is. I mean, it looks good. I got to dabble a little bit with it when it first came out. I rented it, I think, and then I was like, oh, I got to get this back to the red box or whatever. Um, but they didn't say whether this is a remaster. They didn't say whether it's Shadow of the Colossus 2. I'm guessing it's a remaster to me. What are your thoughts on this one? That is, and that was the challenge of the first game was you're little bitty, and then you get to these big freaking monsters, and it literally sometimes it scares the shit out of you the way these things look and the way they're coming at you. Because imagine playing this on a 60-inch HD screen, then things are going to look freaking ginormous. I mean, there's some spots in Final Fantasy 15 where I'm looking at it going, how in the blue fuck am I going to kill this? So that's half the game is how do I climb up? Where's its weak point at? What's the quickest way to get to the weak point without it noticing me and bucking me off? But any other thoughts here on Shadow of the Colossus? All right, we're going to move on to a game I'm going to mark out for. Oh, I'm going to mark out for. I knew it was coming out, and I even mentioned this in my predictions video for a couple weeks or a couple days ago. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and I got to say that they're stealing something from Ned Boon and NetherRealm over there. Ed Boon, I should say. Ed Boon was the first to put story modes in fighting games. They did it with Mortal Kombat 9. They've done it with the Injustice games and Mortal Kombat X, which is, I mean, all those games are really freaking good. And I just bought Injustice 2 last weekend. It's a beautiful game. But now Marvel and Capcom are taking this to a whole new level on their side of things. And the story of this is, have you ever played any of the Mega Man X games? So you know who Sigma is. Sigma is the virus. See, the bad guy. So basically, dude, oh man, this one right here was like, oh, this was the game of the entire show that kind of just made me just that meme of Stan's dad with lotion all over the place. This was me after watching this because I'm a comic book geek, and you know but again, it's nothing new. We knew this was coming. So basically, the storyline of this game is, I don't know how you everything I'm about to say may fly over your head, but if you've been watching any of the Marvel movies, you know what the Infinity Stones are. Sigma and Ultron are teaming up. So you got a computer virus and essentially a computer virus who takes a body form and melds it into one. And those two are trying to capture all the Infinity Stones and lead them back and basically take over the world with that. Shut down all humanity. Okay? Which is awesome. I think that's freaking amazing. It's a good storyline, man. Sigma's one of the more badass, you know, he's more badass than Dr. Wily ever was. So I put here, you got Thanos, you got Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy, Ryu, Chun-Li, Zero from Mega Man X makes an appearance here. Black Panther, Hulk, Ultron, and Sigma, and you get it all September 19th with a demo. And then they threw in the big one, where Rocket Raccoon goes, "Hey Dante, you want to throw me those?" And he called him Ebony and Ivory, the guns, and we get Dante from Devil May Cry in this game. It's just, oh man, and it was kind of expected. We get a demo of this. I'm gonna go download the freaking demo probably tomorrow morning and play this if it's available. Jeff, what were your thoughts on this? Making your work easy. Jeff's smoking a good weed tonight. Anyway, some cigarettes, some funny cigarettes. Anyway, up here in Pennsylvania. Then we got Call of Duty World War II, which I'm a big World War II fan, but the game's set in World War II, but it's nothing that Medal of Honor didn't do on PS1. Uh-oh. Mm. Yeah, I mean, I even have here, this may be the first Call of Duty I ever buy. And can you imagine the world, a thing for my kids is they like the zombie modes. Ever since they did Call of Duty Ghosts, they had zombies, where you're literally fighting off and shooting waves of zombies while trying to, get more ammo and health and everything like that. Nazi zombies in this would be amazing. So, and then we got VR. We discussed it last night, and it's a shame people won't hear it, but goddamn Skyrim just won't die. We're getting Skyrim VR, which if you To me, it's going to give me a headache. If you play it too long. But any other thoughts here on Skyrim and Skyrim going VR? They announced it with PlayStation, so I'm assuming it's PS exclusive. So because I don't think it's because it's VR. I think Skyrim is going to sell itself. The fact that it's Skyrim VR is going to sell it. If it's the full game in VR, that's the thing. How much? Because all these games that we're seeing in VR for PlayStation, like Resident Evil 7, they did the Final Fantasy 15 thing last year. They're all like little adaptations, like little mini versions of the game. They're not the full game. I mean, so go ahead. I'll tell you the perfect. I tell you the perfect game that the you didn't mention flies, but like the game that is perfect for this that I don't know if they'll ever bring to PlayStation, but I could totally see Xbox doing it is Panzer Dragoon, where you're the fucking dragon, you're VR dragon, and you're you're flying around and breathing fire and shit. That would be cool. Oh, where you get to be the dragon? Yeah. But as far as the technology, I mean, growing up, virtual reality was just something that we saw in freaking movies. I mean, the very first thing ever VR I ever saw was it's gonna sound stupid as fuck, but it's me. So well, is the movie Demolition Man. The sex scene between Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone. They don't have sex in the future. It's all done by virtual reality and through your mind and shit. That's kind of what we envisioned, And then in Time Cop, Jean Claude Van Damme. One of the opening scenes in Time Cop is a fucking girl getting naked, and this dude's got this visor on, and the damn the lead detective smacks him on the back of the head, and he goes, "If I catch you fucking this machine again, I'm gonna kick your ass." So, um, other virtual reality shit was. I mean, there were games where you would arcade games where you'd walk into and put like a headset on, and but that was your screen, but it wasn't nothing like this. I guess it's because I'm an old man, and I'm sitting there going, back in my day, we only dreamed of VR. We didn't, and it is underwhelming to me because it is nothing like what we thought it would be. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, it comes off of it comes off as we're going to make every game first person shooter, and I don't like first person shooters all that much. I mean, now another game. If the Switch had VR, that new Arms game that they have coming out, I could totally see that being in VR. That would be cool. I don't know if you ever got to play Punch Out in an arcade game. In Punch Out in the arcade, body blow. You didn't see Little Mac. You had like a little wireframe thing, and you were the boxer. Punch Out would be awesome in VR. But we got a game called Star Child. Didn't really give a whole lot on what that game was about. Um, the Impatient, which was pretty cool, kind of a horror esque game. And then we got. I love Final Fantasy 15. I have it sitting on the shelf right next to me. Another game I haven't beaten. But it's like I don't want to go fishing with Noculus. Fishing in this game is one of the last things that interest me. I'm not a trophy hunter, so I'm not going to spend hours fishing trying to get trophies for fishing. Thank you. Yeah, Bass Pro Shops presents Big Bass Fishing. Shit like that. I'm not a fisherman. I like to fish. I like sitting here on the lake with the quiet, the pole and everything. But it's not something I can do very often. You know, I have to be. I don't know how to tie off reel or knots in the line to get. You know, I baiting a hook and all that's just not for me. You know I live in the South, so I should know how to do that shit. And the people down here, when you tell them no, why would I want to pick up a fucking worm and put it on a hook? They look at you like you're cross-eyed down here. You know, the fact that I don't like hunting and I don't get the aspect of hunting in 2017 when I could go on eBay or go on and order venison fresh and dry to my door. You know, that's a debate for another time though. But then we got the one called Bravo Team. Seemed like Call of Duty in VR, you know? Which I'm surprised we didn't get Call of Duty VR here. But anyway. There was a game with a little mouse called Moss. That one looked pretty decent. I like that one, playing as the mouse in it, or as the mouse and everything. Um, with the sword and everything like that. And that was the end of the VR block of games here. They had one, two, three, four, five, six VR games. Any thoughts here on the VR before we move on? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure those games have a warning: may cause vertigo, may cause motion sickness, shit like that. You know? Yeah. And it's still in its infancy. You know, I mean, 5 years from now, or even a year or two from now, I'll get a PS4 Pro because I've heard that this you cannot run this on a regular PlayStation. From what I've heard, it's the most horrible thing ever. You need a PS4 Pro to run this. And then you also need a headset. You need two PlayStation Move controllers. Now they've done a gun peripheral for this thing, and it reminds me of the Wii with a headset. It just really does. You know. Um, why don't you? Do you remember what we got next after the VR block? We had you didn't write nothing down, you bastard. We got a game that was teased last year at E3. We got a little bit more of it this year, and that was God of War. Kratos, old man Kratos. Reminded me if you were going to do old man Logan with God of War, it's old man Kratos with the child. That's what this reminds me of. Um, Kratos is walking around and he's got a dude's head on his belt. Like, he was badass. And the axe gimmick, he no longer has the two sickles, I guess they're called, on chains. He has an axe that he can, call like Thor's hammer and shit, throw it around and stuff. You actually, yeah, I mean, it was, dude, that axe weapon's badass. Um, you get to play as Kratos' son. We still don't know his name, but it looks like you kind of get to play as him in a couple levels. Again, The Last of Us, the kid, the guy, the kid. You know, that dragon at there, the snake, the Hydra at the end, looked awesome. That big freaking snake at the end of this thing, and the kid can understand the snake. He wants to help us, and he throws up the axe and spits it back up at Kratos, like, "Here, take this back. I want to help you." And he starts talking. The snake starts speaking snake language, and you can see it's total like, it's a total CGI scene, so it's going to look that way in game. As the snake's breathing, his nostrils are flapping, and his scales, you can see the individual scales on this thing's body, and just his eyes looked freaking amazing. And when it came up out the water, that part blew me away. Um, it's probably a game I'm going to play. I never really played the other four or five, however many of they are, God of War games. Because to me they were just button mashers. But this this looks different. What were your thoughts here on God of War? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be very Last of Us esque. Like where you'll have that story mode. Mm-hmm. God of War also, the very first game I can remember God of War for having QuickTime events. And we got a lot of QuickTime events with these games here. That's one thing I've noticed, and I thought we were past that. But this game, because it was like beat down the snake, and then all of a sudden you hit triangle and it goes. He throws the shit in the snake's eyes, and then he hits square and he comes up and hits him again. The quick time events. That God of War was the first game on PlayStation with those in it, I believe. Didn't really see any in this trailer, which is really a departure. I mean, I don't think, not that I don't think they'll be there, but they if they were there, I didn't notice them in this. But any other thoughts on God of War? Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And but the thing is though, when you play a Madden game, are you really interested in shit like that? Yeah, this is what we could do with a sports game. Imagine what we could do with The Sims when we finally do an upgrade of that. And then you look at shit like, I'm going to call you out on here, 2K, because then you look at shit like WWE 2K, and it's not even just 2K, it was back when it was on THQ before that. Hair. Just the aspect of hair in video games. In Kratos' beard, you could pick out every individual hair on his fucking head or on his face. And then you go to a wrestling game, and hair is the one thing. Like Triple H's hair is always flying all over the place like spaghetti strings and shit. I'm just like, really? It is horrible. I mean, I bet you they were. I bet you they were, jumping for joy when Triple H buzzed his head. Fuck, we don't have to create that no more. No, but you got to do it for Seth freaking Rollins now. you know, they won't. They won't fix it. I mean, honestly, get 2K needs to step away from this. The people who've been working on these games, I mean, the same people who are with THQ kind of got sucked up by 2K. It's the same people that have been working on these games since the very first SmackDown game. Okay, so maybe it's time for WWE to look and go. Somebody in WWE. I'm not saying it's Vince, but somebody needs to look at this and go. We just saw what these people could do in a football game. Why aren't we getting that in a wrestling game? You know, Granted, I yep. And EA didn't way better NASCAR games back when EA had NASCAR. You know, I know my cousin Charlie, the raging redneck, he says it's blasphemy, but the latest NASCAR game and NASCAR Heat Evolution, I bought it the day it came out. I owned it for 2 hours, went right back to GameStop, told them it was broken, and got my money back. Yeah, I mean, I think I owned that game for a day. Not even a day. I think, yeah, because I got it at midnight, so I had to own it at least about 12 hours. But no, that's done by a group called Deucen Martinberry Studios. So Dusenberry Martin Studios or whatever it is. So it's very independent. It's I just if EA got NASCAR's license back, if EA got WWE, can you imagine EA Sports presents WWE to 18, 19, Anyway, it just we with Punk with Punk when they did the Attitude Era thing. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, I feel like 2K13 was good, but the last few years it's been the same thing. They have done nothing to improve it. If their biggest thing is we're gonna have a guy come out and be on the cover, which this year it's gonna be Kurt Angle. We're gonna sell you Kurt Angle as a pre-order character. We're gonna tell you, yeah, we're gonna. Well, they did that with Mike. They did that the year before, I think it was. Who was it before? Fucking The Rock, I think, was on the cover of one of them. So we're gonna, and then they did it with Stone Cold one year. You know, but they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna make the roster bigger, but we're not gonna do anything to really help the game mechanics that people have been asking for. They took out WWE 2K Showcase mode this year, where it's like recreate this and recreate that, and people started bitching, and I'm probably the only one in the world that goes, they should have stopped that after 2K13 with the Attitude Era. Yay, we got to recreate the Attitude Era. I don't care about individual wrestlers like they did the. I guarantee you this year they do a showcase mode with the Undertaker, where you recreate Undertaker's best matches. You know, I don't want to recreate things. I'm glad they did away with it last year. But anyway, getting back to Sony. We then had Detroit Become Human. They teased this game last year. This is one of those games where they did a game. I want to say, shit. Now I want to make sure I get it right. I want to say it was Beyond Two Souls. Yeah, with Ellen Page, where you get to shape your story and you get to have different endings and branches and stuff like this. I'm gonna buy. I didn't play Beyond Two Souls, but I'm gonna play this. The only problem I have with this is it reminded me of that fucking Will Smith movie, I Robot, which I could not stand. Mm-hmm. No, I haven't. The same thing with Mr. Robot with me, but yeah, like I Robot. Mm-hmm. It kind of came like a cross between iRobot and iRobot, a human. Like they have these set of rules, the three rules, and the third rule is I think that a robot can never kill a human. So, and of course, a robot. Have you ever seen iRobot with Will Smith? It's a horrible fucking movie. Um, the damn robot kills a human, and now they team up with the robot to clear the robot's name. It reminded me of that. And then, did you ever see that god awful movie with Robin Williams called Bicentennial Man, where he's the robot? They buy the robot for housework, and then he ends up slowly but surely. The robot wants to become human, and he invents organs for himself, and he invents a brain, and he invents like digestive systems and shit like that. And they were like, not only could this help robots, but then they play into the fact that it could also help humans who have stomach cancers and shit like that. So Oliver Platt plays a really good role in it. It's not a bad movie, but as Robin Williams movies go, it's at the bottom of the list. But this reminds me of that too. Of you get to make a choice whether you want to be a pacifist or do you want to fight. And you know, I like this because I like games that give you a choice and have like 50 fucking endings because it's replayability. I read the Goosebumps one. Like, if you want to go into the cave, turn to page 34. If you want to go down the slide, turn to page 66. Shit like that. Right. That's what I want to know. It kind of reminded me of the old WWE games where you would get a path, and then it was like one of two places you could go. I honestly, no mercy. Yeah, like if it only ends if choice A only leads to ending A or B, and then choice two ends in ending C or D, you're right. If it, you're going to get to the same point no matter what way you choose eventually. I want a game to where it really shapes it, and there's 50 fucking paths you can go down. You take, hey, become a pacifist, and then you could choose this path, and then that takes you down the other path, and then, hey, if you, it's kind of like, the Telltale games have done. They did a Telltale Batman, they've done Telltale Walking Dead, where it does have replayability because the path you choose affects the ending, it affects the entire story, you know? Um, I would love to see this become open world, where they change it up, every so often there. Can you imagine an MMO like this? That constantly fucking changes. It's way too big to conceive right now, but it would be totally awesome. The graphics on this game looked amazing. The storyline looks cool. Um, the only thing I wrote here is the story. Robots fight back. They want to have a life of their own. I like when they were like, "Hey, those are our people locked up in there, and they're just on, at the robot store. We got to go wake them up and free them, and be like, hey, you're sitting on a store shelf like a pocketbook at Macy's. You're a vacuum cleaner. Wake up and fight back. I like that. Um, your any other thoughts on this one? I could totally see this as you recruit a robot and then you lead them down the right path, and then all of a sudden that robot turns on you because he wants to be the leader, and shit like that happening. Destiny 2 coming September 6th. I don't care. I don't play Destiny. Um, Layton was back on stage, and we got the coup de grace here. We got Spider Man, and it looks amazing. Your thoughts on this one? Because I have a lot to say about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I put here very much blows Batman out the water, kind of. And that was the problem with the Batman games for me, what you just said. Once you find an easy way, a shortcut to really manipulate it and get rid of a bunch of guys, you're like, how can I put that into this scenario? You don't think about what the developers want you to think about. And this game very much looks like it's going to get like that, if not more so, because there was a lot of quick time events here. Um, oh yeah. Have you played any of the Batman Arkham games? Arkham City or Arkham Asylum? Well, they've redone it for the PS4 now, and so it's like the third time I've bought that game. I owned it on PS3, I owned it on Steam, and I owned it on my PS4. Um, I love those games. That one especially because I know that game inside and out. I could. It's one of the few games where I think I could speed run. I'll put it to you that way, if I got good enough. Because I know where all the Riddler trophies are, where all the little gimmicks are, riddles are, everything. Um, but this game kind of really reminded me of that, only amped up. It reminded me not even of Arkham Knight was good, but it was mostly about the damn Batmobile, the latest Arkham game that they released. But this, I like Spider Man. One thing I've always wondered about Spider Man, and I know we're supposed to suspend our disbelief, but the one thing that's always bugged me about Spider Man in general, not just this game, even in the movies, was what the fuck are those webs attaching to? When he's flying through the city and he's just popping webs in the sky, and I'm like, is he attaching them to clouds and swinging from the clouds? What is he attaching these webs to? I feel like Seinfeld. What's the deal? You know, what are he? I can't do Seinfeld. What is he attaching the webs to? You know, just yelling. But yeah. But yeah. But I like this of the different moves that you could do. The thing is, how hard are those moves going to be to pull off to a hardcore gamer? Like I hated the fact where it's like, all right, tap L2 and R2 excessively. I hate that. It's like that's PS1 stuff, you know, PS2 at the most. Um, the effect it had on the story though looked cool, you know, with the helicopter. Um, the dude in the helicopter, by the way, the main villain of this, the blue guy in the helicopter, he's new. He's not in the comics. I don't know who this guy is. I know who Kingpin is, and when I heard Fisk Towers, I was like, fuck yeah, Kingpin. Goddamn right. Because Kingpin, you know, yes, he's a Daredevil character, but I remember Kingpin from my childhood first showing up in the old Spider Man Fox cartoon, you know? Um, but I just, as far as the mechanics here, anything else on this before I go on my tirade? So, I'll definitely be getting into it. It looks cool. It looks like something I'd play once or twice and then trade in, though. You know? Um, they didn't announce anything. You know, we got a new Spider-Man movie coming out in less than a month, July 7th, and I thought this would have been released to coincide with the movie. No, maybe that's a good thing. I would have liked to see, hey, pre-order now and you'll get to play as you get the Spider-Man suit from Spider-Man Homecoming movie. I would have liked to see that. We didn't get any of that. Um, the gameplay looks very cool. It's just a standard beat 'em up. I like the dialogue of Peter Parker throwing in those joking lines because that's very much needed in a Spider-Man game. Peter Parker is a smartass while he's fighting. He's constantly cracking jokes, um, which is the main problem I had with Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man movies. He wasn't funny enough. I put here very Batman-esque. The web eyes focusing. I would like to see that in like how Batman you had the detective mode. Spider-Man, I would really like to see the spider sense working in game. You know, not just press triangle. There's a thing about the fly, and if you press triangle, you'll duck it. You know, something like that. I want to see actually use your spider sense. I put here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. I put Kingpin. I'm a huge Kingpin fan. I love Kingpin, especially in. I don't know if you've gone and watched Daredevil on Netflix at all, but dude, it's good. It's so good. The guy who plays Kingpin steals the show. Um, and then I liked. They kind of took Spider-Man to a whole new level because I don't remember Spider-Man actually being able to run up and across walls. So they say they can't hear you live, which I'm capturing you here. Hold on. I think it's on my end here.
It might be.
Yeah, it's on my end.
Thanks, White. Just bury me. Bury me for the last hour. So to recap here, Call of Duty World War II looks friggin' sweet. I'm probably gonna buy it. God of War's pretty cool. Beyond Human, I might get maybe, and Spider-Man looks excellent. That's it. That's it. Just that's. Mhm. So when I've been talking, it's just you sitting there.
Pretty much.
That's fun.
They're gonna love that.
We're gonna grab another 4,000 on this one, Joe.
Oh shit!
That's all right. A little technical glitch here on a Monday
I'll
night.
put an annotation in. If you want to hear Jeff, flash to 55 minutes into the damn video. Well, beyond what is it? Days Gone. Jeff kind of was like, oh, another zombie game.
Mm-hmm.
God of War looked cool. I think you like God of War.
Yep.
Nothing. We had a Final Fantasy fishing. Anyway.
Final Fantasy fishing.
Final Fantasy fishing. Skyrim won't die.
Skyrim never die. Nope.
Thank you to Robert Ventura for coming in the chat room and telling me that you couldn't be heard. Otherwise, we would have went the whole fucking time.
At least there's one person out there that wants to hear me, Joe, and it's Bobby. Good old Bobby.
Bobby.
Thanks, Bob.
Damn it, Bobby. Oh shit. Bobby. Damn it, Bobby. And he goes, nice recap, Jeff. I'm sorry, Jeff. I didn't look to see if the needle was moving.
I see how it is, White. I see who's running this network now.
Oh. Welcome to 1640. We'll get it right eventually, y'all. Oh, fuck.
Anything else, White, on the
just
PlayStation press conference?
I'm laughing at myself. I'm so fucking stupid. It's one of those situations where Jeff is going to text me later going, fuck you, White. And I'm just going to be like, I'm sorry, Jeff. I didn't mean to do it.
Hey, I'll get my revenge on the golf game.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Please do. Take it out on Pops Masterson.
Pops.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No, I just turned it. You know what? You know what sucks about it, Joe? I turned it on just to see how bad you were.
And
I watched 2 holes, and I went, I can't even make fun of this. He's good at it. Like, what am I going to do with this?
Bobby goes, making Jeff job like that. Come on, White. Good thing they didn't miss any of the wrestling talk yet. He goes, Pops, man, that shit was funny. I unlocked that character. You actually, in the game, and I'll maybe even try some of this because this is where I suck. They make you do challenges like hit the ball and make it land on this part of the fairway to get 200 points. And if you get 5,000 points, it's 3 stars and you get to move on. And the character that they make you do all these challenges with is Pops Masterson.
Ah, all right.
And his swing is the best, man, because he doesn't follow through. He just hits it and stares down.
I love when he tries to bend over.
Yeah,
to get the ball.
he breaks. He very Hogan-esque.
Yes.
But watch the whole video because I ain't gonna spoil it anyway.
Oh, I will. I'll watch it. Don't
worry. VR stuff, Jeff didn't care about that. We talked a lot about the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is very good. Are you a fan of fighting games at all?
I used to be, but I guess maybe I grew out of them. I don't know. Like
my thing is,
like you said before, the button mashing aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. Like my thing is that you can the combos and everything like that. I've really gotten into that with Injustice. Like I even posted a video of me doing a really kick-ass fucking combo the other week. So I like that, and I like the fact that there's a story now involved. Like I'm telling you right now, pick up Injustice.
Okay.
Injustice 1 and Injustice 1 is awesome. I'll give you a quick story recap of this, and it's based off the comics. They released a comic ahead of the video game to promote the video game.
Okay.
So the gist of it is Superman in the comic, Superman and Lois Lane find out they're pregnant. You know, so the whole idea of the kryptonite condom and Mallrats was totally useless.
Totally, yeah. They didn't go there.
You know, because Superman's like, I can hear an extra heartbeat coming from inside of you. You're pregnant. And he goes to tell Batman. Because Batman is, Batman and Superman are partners. They're tight. Mm-hmm. And before Superman could get a word out of his mouth, he goes, Lois is pregnant. I already, I could tell by the look on your face, and they're beaming and everything's everything. Well, the next day, Joker is like planting to nuke Metropolis, or blow up Metropolis again. and Scarecrow's teaming with him. And Scarecrow, well, all of a sudden, like, Scarecrow injects Superman with some fear toxin. And to the point where now he thinks Lois Lane is the Joker. Or Doomsday, excuse me. He thinks Lois Lane is Doomsday.
Okay.
So he takes Doomsday up into space. But then the fear toxin wears off and Batman's screaming in his ear, "Don't, it's not Doomsday." And he's just killed Lois Lane. He's been tricked into killing. Superman has been tricked into killing not only Lois Lane, but his child. His unborn
That's
child.
badass.
So Superman fucking flips. He finds the Joker and he puts his hand and he puts his fist right through the motherfucking Joker and kills the Joker. And there's some other things in Justice with people from another Earth getting ported over because Superman has now lost it. I mean, he's fucking lost it. His main thing against Batman is you let that motherfucker go so many times without killing him. And because you didn't kill him a long time ago like you should have, my wife and unborn child are now dead. So he has a heat with Batman. And he's also now teamed up with Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman and Superman apparently have a thing for each other. Or Wonder Woman has a thing for Superman. So they start up the regime. And Superman's like, he goes to fucking Congress and he locks the door of Congress in the comic book and goes, "You guys are going to sit here and do your fucking job instead of politicking and lobbying around. Otherwise, I'm going to kill every last one of you. And the democracy, as you know, is going to be gone." So Superman basically takes over the fucking world. And it goes from there. Superman's the bad guy now.
That's awesome.
So you got to play it, man. It's so good.
That is awesome.
And then they come out with Injustice 2, which takes place right after Injustice 1, kind of. And there's so many. The comic book is really fucking good because the comic book really gets into depth with the DC universe. But the video game, Ed Boon over there at NetherRealm, man, putting stories in video games.
Yeah.
And fighting games, and Bobby points out Madden is actually going to have a story mode now too, which looks pretty good. The FIFA game having a story. I could give fuck all about soccer, but the way they set that up looked really good. Is this guy going to come back is he going to go to another football club? That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Getting back to Spider-Man, though, now that people can actually hear you, look very Batman Arkham-esque. And I have here at the end of it, just when you thought the press conference was ending, they cut back to Spider-Man with the Sony had already ran their recap video.
Yes.
That's the beauty of this. I like this press conference more than I should probably because it was a whole it was a show. Like we said at the beginning, it was a show back when.
Yeah, it was well done, even though there weren't any surprises.
Yeah.
So you have to give them props.
Yeah, it was very WWE-ish. It's the spectacle.
You like the pyro and ballet.
Joe likes pyro and bright lights.
Joe likes the lights.
I like the lights here. Sony had that, or Microsoft had that one thing with Crackdown. Sony blew them out of the water. They had people hanging from the rafters, literally.
Yeah, I know. I mean, come on.
But they cut to, what's Jeff's PSN username? People want to know where they can find you on PSN.
What if I don't know?
I was going to say, I'm not even friends with Jeff on PSN. I don't know it.
Listen, I knew it, obviously, because I have a PSN, but then it's saved. I don't know it.
You're bound to log into it. It shows you right there what it is. Do you have PS Plus?
No.
Okay, so you can have a PSN account, but you can't play online and interact with people and shit like that. I don't think.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right, I got it.
So, but anyway, after the press conference.
Listen, I'm new to this stuff.
Really?
You know what I mean, I'm a casual gamer. I've always been, but I just got a PS4 recently, so I'm behind the ball.
Did you get the slim model or the big one?
The big one.
I traded the big one in because it started sounding like a damn boat motor. Every time I fired it up, and I took it in and traded it in for the slim model at tax season. I love this little guy. How funny is it that the new Xbox is smaller than the Xbox One S?
Yeah, how about
The
that?
Xbox, the S in Xbox One S is supposed to stand for slim. But wait, there's more. A year later, we're going to come out with a newer, more powerful Xbox One, and it's going to be smaller than the slim model. And everybody was going over the anagram last night. Did you read the tweets about the Xbox
Yes.
anagram?
Yep.
Laura Kate Dale goes, wait a minute. Xbox One X, if you take out all the crap and just spell the acronym, it spells Xbox. Mind blown.
That's funny.
The slim model of PS4 is awesome. Connects to 5 gigahertz internet, which I don't connect my PS4 to Wi-Fi that often. I hardwire my shit, so I don't care about Wi-Fi on my PlayStation. But then they cut back. Anyway, they cut back to the. They do the recap video. They show the Sony logo. So you think, oh, I'm getting ready to walk out of here. Nope. They cut back to the helicopter. And Miles Morales. Miles fucking Jeff is like, who's Miles Morales?
No idea.
Let me tell you something, 16 to 50 family. Miles Morales is in this game. Kind of. We don't know his full thing. We don't know if that was a teaser. Basically, in the comics, Peter Parker dies, and Miles Morales becomes Spider-Man.
Ah, okay.
So again, are we going to get another Last of Us thing where Peter Parker's going to train Miles Morales?
Maybe.
And another thing was this Chinese police captain that he was talking to. She's nowhere in the comics either. She's a totally new character. So,
Watanabe,
who he
Just
called
hit me. Yeah.
somebody else. But how racist is Sony? We need a Japanese character. Watanabe? You got it.
You got it, pal.
Got it, pal. Goddamn. Anyway. So that was, I'm going to have to put an annotation at the beginning of the video. Flash forward to 55 minutes. You'll get the short, sweet version, and you hear Jeff. I'm so sorry, Edwards. Oh, my God.
Just leave it alone. I want to see how long people actually listen to that. Like when it's just you and then you go silent.
You're going to be like, it's White talking to himself? Is Jeff Edwards his imaginary friend?
Yeah, exactly. White has officially gone nuts and has a split personality.
That's going to be the name of this video probably, too. I'm going to change it. PWAM, White finally loses it. And AC's probably going to be like, I'll leave him alone for one goddamn week.
Yeah, really.
How much sun did you get in White last weekend? Anyway, let's talk.
If there's White, let me ask you this before we
Sure,
move on.
Sure.
What is the top thing you're looking forward to out of all the press conferences?
Oh, get this. They blocked my fucking video.
Oh, jeez.
They blocked the damn Okada Omega video.
You're kidding.
It took them less than 20. It took them 24 hours. It's blocked.
So it's not on there, is what
It's
you're telling
blocked worldwide. Copyright content was found. New Japan Pro Wrestling blocked in all countries.
Shit.
Thank you, all 4,000 of you who watched that.
White, it's gone.
Yeah, I can see it in the video manager. It's still uploaded, but it got a record 10 comments and 4,255 views.
Ugh.
I posted that video at 8:20 last night.
Yep.
So now I'm going to delete it. It's gone. At least it was worth it seeing your live reaction to the match. So yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to get blocked eventually. Did you get a copyright strike? No, I don't get a copyright strike. They blocked the fucking video to where no one can see it. I can't monetize it, so I've earned
it's not visible.
We've earned no money off of it. Honestly, it didn't earn any money anyway. When we could monetize off of it, I was checking to see how much revenue. I think it bought us an extra 10 cents because YouTube hates wrestling.
Yeah.
But who books New Japan? You would know this.
That's Ghetto and or Jado.
So Ghetto, the guy who comes out with Okada, books this shit?
Yeah.
No wonder he's going over.
Yeah.
No wonder Okada goes over. So we can talk about it here. I said here, audio-visual content manually detected. Claimant in JPW policy blocked in all countries. I could file a dispute. Is there point in me filing a dispute? They're going to block it. I mean, they're going to say, fuck you. It's the whole match and the commentary.
Well, you had that monetized, right?
Well,
Because I was getting ads.
I didn't monetize it until this morning after I woke up and saw that it got over 1,000 fucking views overnight. I went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, woke up at 9 o'clock this morning.
Yep.
And I got 1,000 views.
Well, I know it was at 4,000 because I texted you. I was like, yeah, it's up now.
That put an arrow in my heart because I had some good comments on the video too. People wanted to know why I hate the Young Bucks.
Right. No, it was a good video.
I wonder if I can even read the comments that were left. Let's see here. Can we read the comments? There people, they got 29 likes, 5 dislikes. So you 5 people can go fuck yourselves.
They're just Young Buck fans, you know that. That was AC.
That was AC. Bobby Ventura goes, the best way to avoid that, I think, is to make the actual video be a small part of the screen and have the majority of the screen be your webcam. Yeah, I might try that next time.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people do that.
Botchamania does it because Botchamania will put this space left blank so YouTube won't take down the video. Let me see if I can even read the comments here. I can read the comments that were posted on it. Let's do this here. First comment I got was from Epic Radio. Nice stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Cristano, 20 hours ago, posted, Kenny's going to come in very hot in the WWE. He had that opportunity at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, he already resigned.
Yeah. If he wanted to go to WWE, he could be there, but I think that he knew he had to get better first.
I think, White, all the people that want to see New Japan guys in the WWE have not learned their lesson yet.
Yeah.
Because what Omega just did in January and 2-3 days ago is much like AJ before him, much like Nakamura before him. Once they go to WWE, they are changed. They slow down. It's not as impactful. That's why these guys can't have the matches that they do in WWE versus what they did in New Japan. We need to get that in our heads, people, because he can come in as hot as he wants.
Yeah.
AJ was pretty hot with the Bullet Club, and it cooled down.
You're not going to get a stiff as fuck knee to the jaw like he did to Okada.
There were some stiff knees in there, yes.
You're not going to get that with the WWE ever, which is why people, you have people like Meltzer who are going, oh, Nakamura, he's so not watered down, but he's not performing on all cylinders. This isn't the Nakamura in like it was in New Japan. And I'm sitting there going, he doesn't have to be.
No, exactly.
And it's not just WWE's fault. If I'm a pro wrestler and I know I can make twice as much money working in a place where I don't have to beat myself up twice as much, why would I say no?
But the thing is, though, Joe, they have AJ and Nakamura. They could be putting on these matches if they wanted to. Much like Okada and Omega just did. They could be doing this.
Why, when your core audience is not going to get it? They're not going to give a fuck.
Why wouldn't they? All I hear is more wrestling, more wrestling. Why not throw AJ and Nakamura out there for a half hour like they did at Ruskin?
But what I'm saying is the quality of match. It's not going to be a New Japan style match, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know. I understand that, but it could be. All they have to do is say, hey, guys, get in the ring and do what you did at Wrestle Kingdom 2 years ago.
And then I think it goes back to, if they did that over here, how long do these guys last over there doing that shit?
It's a good question.
You always hear, fucking Meltzer talking about during the damn G1 how at the end of the G1, these guys are practically killing themselves out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd want to see it every fucking night like they'd get it over there,
Oh, they don't wrestle like that every fucking night.
Oh, I'm sure. The house shows over there at Corrigan Hall or whatever, they don't.
No, a lot of those matches are 4-on-4s and speaking of Meltzer though, I did see a YouTube video where he discussed the match. Mm-hmm. And I didn't hear him say it, but the video had
7 stars.
7 and a star.
Yeah. That was done by what? Wrestling Shoots or something like that? I think
Yeah,
that was the
yeah,
name of the
yeah.
channel.
So,
Yeah, I watched that this morning.
so Omega and Okada just basically reset his entire star system.
I don't see how y'all could call Meltzer dirt shits. Except, well, you could call him dirt shits, but he's y'all's greatest fucking champion when it comes to New Japan. He can't get enough of the shit. He constantly is like, Japan has the greatest wrestling in the world. Japan
Oh,
is
I
the
know.
place to
No,
be.
his wrestling opinion, Joe, don't get me wrong. When I hear him break down a New Japan match, I agree with him 100% on a lot of the videos that he's done and podcasts he's done. But the thing that drives me nuts is, and I always go back to it, TNA's closing. 2013, TNA's closing. 2014, TNA's closing.
Yeah.
My source is TNA's closing. That's the stuff that I don't like about him.
Epic Radio says nice stuff. Thank you. Haru Hina TV Plus put amazing. I put, yeah, it was. I know he's not talking about my commentary. Chest, peck, respect. Literally, it's chest, peck, respect. With a photo of Paige doing like a grimacing thing like she's about to take a shit.
Okay.
Put, you sound like that Ghost Stories man, Jim Harold. I have no idea who he's talking about.
Ghost Stories, Jim Harold. It doesn't ring a bell.
Let me see if I can YouTube it.
Yeah, find it. If somebody sounds like you, Wyatt, we can have fun with that.
You could have fun with that. Tell it like it is, Edwards. Oh, man. Let me see here. Ghost Stories, Jim Harold.
Was it Jim Harold?
Harold.
Did you say? Harold.
Harold. Let's see.
Oh, Paranormal Podcast Network. Jim Harold.
Is to call the show. Our very
27 million downloads to date.
He's right. I do kind of sound like him. Jim Harold on Ghost Stories. Jim Harold's Campfire. Let's see.
This is Where Did the Road.
I'm trying to find some Jim.
Enjoy the show. So thank you for that, and it's so glad, so good to be with.
Damn, the dude sounds very high pitched compared to me, but anyway.
Yeah.
Cameron M posted on the video that is now gone 18 hours ago. FYI, Kenny and the Young Bucks make up the sub-faction, the Elite, and that's why they were out there with them. I knew that. This is where the Young Buck hate starts, or the hate against Joe White, the Young Buck fanboying and girling starts. I'll say. Ryan Holman, I wish you wouldn't hate on the Young Bucks so much. Seems like every time they were in frame, you were getting pissed off about it. Can you please explain why you don't like them so much? To that, Adobray, A-T-A, oh man, I can't spell. I-T-A-B-O-R-A-Y. Adobray posted, I was going to comment the same thing. That was really unnecessary. It's okay if you don't like them, but there's no need to be angry and rude.
I agree.
It would be good if he could explain his point. So I'm going to explain the people's points right now. And I know Jeff is going to have something to say. Jeff has heard it before.
I've heard this before. I know what this is.
Now, I will say that when I bring up this guy's name, he's had a lot of shit happening to him lately. And I don't agree with everything the man says, but I'm a huge fan of Jim Cornette. And Jim Cornette has opened my eyes recently. Now, Cornette commentating on this PWG thing, where he, Tommaso Ciampa was in the match that he fucking bastardized PWG for. And that's been years ago, So, commenting like when you don't know the full story, like Jim Cornette has done, is bullshit. At least have the courage to watch a modern-day PWG show and then comment on it, okay? But this fact of these guys, and I've said this before, Jeff's rolling his eyes right now.
I'm just waiting. Go ahead.
I first saw the Young Bucks in 2007, okay? 10 years ago, when they wrestled on a spot show that Hermie Sadler, the NASCAR driver from Virginia, Emporia, Virginia, promoted in Richmond. At the time, Hermie Sadler, had a very good working agreement with TNA. I think this is TNA was even on Fox Sports at the time. And if you remember, Jeff, back in the day, Hermie Sadler used to make appearances on TNA as like a reporter, like a backstage reporter. And he was actually pretty good.
He was all right.
Pedro Ignacio, thank you for subscribing, sir. I love getting that ring in my ear and seeing Zelda pop up on my, or Link pop up on my screen every time somebody, oh God, the Zelda fanboys are going to go, that's not Zelda, it's Link. Zelda is the princess. I know, it was a slip. Anyway, I saw the Young Bucks first when they were on this spot show. And they were facing, I think, America's Most Wanted on the spot show. I'll put it to you this way. The spot show was so crazy that the Virginia Tech shooting back in 2007 had just taken place the Monday before this, I think it was. And so they had a Virginia Tech flag hanging, and it was very kind of, they had a moment of silence or whatever. But this spot show took place out back of a Harley-Davidson store in Colonial Heights, Virginia. Like, literally, the Harley store was there, and then they had, like, a little stage set up where the ring was and chairs and everything. So you actually got to sit there out back of the Harley-Davidson store and watch wrestling. Yeah, I know. I can hear that, Jeff.
Why? Keep going. Just keep going.
So the damn Young Bucks come out, and they were calling themselves the Young Bucks then, and, you know, they were introduced as Nick and Matt Jackson. And the first thing I hear from the crowd are, oh God, here come the Hardy wannabes. Because one of them was blonde with long hair, one of them had black blonde hair, you know, very Hardys-esque. They kind of dressed like the Hardys back in the day. So I knew these motherfuckers before anybody got on the Young Buck bandwagon, okay? And then I followed them into Generation Me and TNA. And then I heard about them getting kicked out of a WWE locker room for refusing to shake hands. So then they take that, and they go to Japan and Ring of Honor with it. And they're like, we're going to use getting kicked out of the locker room and making a mockery of our business as a way to draw money. That's what I have, you know, a problem with. And then it just escalates from there of, oh, we're going to, you know, that's the problem I have with these guys. That's why every time I see them, I see that those fucking Cheshire cat grins on their faces, and I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, you're making a ton of fucking money, but you're setting the business back 5 years with your fucking attitude, dude. You're the reason why, you know, I just think that, you know, they're fucking millennials, man. They're millennials in wrestling. That's what they are. I watch them and the way they make a mockery out of the business and the way they fucking, you know, just, they honestly, they don't take the business too seriously, but they're making money. And I don't think I can blame the Young Bucks as much as I do the fans that follow them and praise 50 super kicks a fucking match. Fuck, when did, you know, the super kick was a finish. Now it's a high spot. What the fuck? Shawn Michaels' finisher now. How can Shawn Michaels, if he ever decides to wrestle again, come out there, hit Sweet Chin Music, and expect people to lay down for it? It's like the super kick has turned into the DDT. And, you know, no shame in people for making money. I don't think I can blame the Young Bucks as much as I can the fans who follow them and think they're the greatest fucking thing since sliced bread. Because newsflash for you, if the entire business becomes one big fucking joke, fuck, you're going to see dick spots now on WWE TV. And another thing, the Young Bucks thing that was so good and so great and 50 super kicks a fucking match, if they bring that to WWE, oh my God, Vince is ruining the business. It's the sensitive universe that you and AC talk about only in reverse. For me. I mean, I look at, you know, I look at shit like Trevor Lee and Chip Day. I look at shit like Kenny Omega and Okada. Not one super kick was thrown in that whole match, thank God. Everything means something. I can't look at a Young Bucks match and tell you where something means something because they don't sell a fucking thing, and they sitting in there like a bunch two 12-year-old kids finding their dad's nudie mags. That's the impression I get from their character. That's the impression I get from them as people. And they were like, we don't care. As long as you buy our fucking Pro Wrestling Tees merch, we don't care. Rant over.
Do you feel better now, White? Is it all out there?
No,
Are you sure?
but the thing is, it's like they were like, I wish you wouldn't hate on the Young Bucks. And I thank you guys very much for watching that video. I really do. But...
Well, I don't think Ryan's comment was that bad. It seemed like he just wanted an explanation.
Every time they were in frame, you were getting pissed off. Yes. And another thing, aren't these guys supposed to be heels? Say I'm right, Jeff. They're heels.
Well, they are heels, White.
They are heels.
Yeah.
Why would I want to why would I want to cheer them? Why would I want them on my fucking screen?
Well, because you're not playing the game, White. You actually hate them.
So I'm giving them heat. I'm giving them heel heat.
Yes.
Legitimate heel heat in real life and in what they do in the ring. And that's bad?
Oh, White. I mean, come on. You're not in character when you're booing them.
Did I miss the logic train?
White, first of all, you compared the super kick as a finisher to the DDT, right? So why don't you hate Dean Ambrose every time he's on the screen?
I hate Dean Ambrose. I don't like Dean Ambrose.
What about everybody that uses a DDT, except for Alexa Bliss, because when she uses it, it's an actual finisher. So whose fault is that?
He uses a double arm DDT, which is different.
It doesn't matter. It's a DDT.
It's a variation of the DDT. You can only super kick.
It's a DDT, White. What does Michael Cole call it every time he does it?
He calls it the Dirty Deeds.
So it's a finisher.
Yes, because it's a double arm DDT finisher.
Have you ever seen anybody kick out of that finisher in the WWE?
Yeah.
So then what's your beef with the Young Bucks using the super kick?
Here's the thing, though. I go back to the Ring of Honor match they had with the Briscoes. And maybe it's as much as the fucking commentary, too. But it's like, super kick! Super kick! And then they start doing a chain of them. Super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick. And they had the fucking counter going on the bottom of the screen. It reminded me of, South Park can get by with saying shit on TV now. So we're going to have a counter at the bottom of the screen every time they say shit.
Wait, I'm going to roll this all the way around, White.
That was over in 98. It ain't over now.
we got... And that's why they do it. Okay, so here we go. Wait, I'm going to scratch that up. Now, wait a minute.
That's why they do it.
Relax. Yes, because they intentionally, what you say, make a mockery of the business.
They've turned that into making money.
Yes.
So the fans who are cheering these guys when they're supposed to be heels, talk about your sensitive universe. It's like booing Roman, dude. You're cheering a heel.
White.
People are buying heels merchandise and cheering them and creaming their pants every time these guys come on. They should be booing them out the fucking building.
Were Nash and Hall heels?
Yes.
Did they get cheered? Was Hogan a heel?
Again, it wasn't over with me in 98.
Did he get cheered? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Now, here's my take on your Hardy's wannabes. If that's the initial crux of your hatred of the Bucks, I want to ask you this, okay? Because I know you're a North Carolina boy, right?
They've evolved. I'll give them credit. They're no longer Hardy wannabes, but
if that's where it started for you, it's a legitimate point. But I have a counterpoint.
That wasn't really where it started. My point to saying that was, I knew these little motherfuckers before they fucking even.
That doesn't matter. That's a marky thing to say, White. It doesn't matter.
Then I'm a marky kind of guy then when it comes to these motherfuckers because it's like I knew them before they were, on anybody's fucking radar. So.
But why should that make you mad, though?
I guess it doesn't make me mad. It's just, I hate that because here's the thing. A lot of people are going to go, do you even watch their matches? Do you even know who they are? Yes.
Well, no one said that, White.
I've known them since they first fucking broke
You know exactly who they are because you hate them for making a mockery of the business. But I'll say this. You mentioned the one blonde and one brunette guy, right? just like Jeff and Matt. Do you think they maybe watched the Rockers when they were young? Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty?
I don't get anything rockers out of these two.
No, the Hardys.
Oh, the Hardys?
I mean, and you could go so far back, speaking of Cornette, the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
I mean, Shawn and Marty were basically a ripoff of the Rock and Roll Express. So
I'm just telling you what the crowd's reaction was to them that night. Because when I go to wrestling shows...
it's a marky thing to say. Oh, here come the Hardy wannabes, because
it was
the Hardys are a Rockers wannabe who are a Rock and Roll Express wannabe. So where does it end?
It was the Marks saying it. Honestly, it was the Marks saying it.
Yes, but you're giving credence.
It's the target audience saying it.
But you're giving credence to that target audience for hating on them because they, quote unquote, were Hardy wannabes.
So what you're saying is it's the sensitive universe thing.
Yes, you're falling into a sensitive universe trap there.
Okay.
If you catch my drift.
I get what you're saying.
Now the mockery of the business thing, White. Let's dig into that a little bit, because if you watch them in New Japan and Ring of Honor also, if they're wrestling, what's their names? Beretta and Roppongi Vice, thank you. I never remember that word, Roppongi. If it's them two and throw in another tag team, New Japan always has the 3-ways and the 4-ways. And it's always like it's a comedy act, White. That portion of the show on every New Japan show is a comedy act. And the Young Bucks fit into that. Okay, that whole thing is like an exhibition of flippy flop, including Beretta and what's his name? He'll do those clotheslines in the corner and he'll be screaming, boom, and the crowd's going, ah.
Yeah, but the thing is, the problem I have with it is, name me one time where they've ever had a serious fucking match. Colt Cabana.
I don't think they have.
Colt Cabana, who is the king of ha-ha in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to the 7 levels of hate with him and fucking Adam Pearce.
Was it Pearce? Yeah.
Colt Cabana was fucking serious during that whole series of matches, and they wrestled all over the world with it. My problem is if the Young Bucks ever truly became a heels and took the business seriously for a moment, they wouldn't draw. They have to be fucking ha-ha and toilet humor to fucking get over. And they don't sell a goddamn thing, man.
Well, either does Seth Rollins. I mean, if you want to pick on the Bucks, White, you got to share the love here. Seth Rollins will sell a knee for 5 minutes, and then he'll die.
He sold a knee for 3 months. Come on.
Yeah, and in the matches, he forgets that he's selling the knee. Watch his matches.
Yeah, well.
It's a running problem.
The match that is now my match of the year, what was my biggest problem with that match? And even Brian Alvarez, who is Dave Meltzer's lapdog.
I know what they're going to say. Okada sold the knee for about 20 minutes and then never went back to it.
Half the match was the damn knee. That was the story. And then it went away.
It's a problem in pro wrestling, Joe. It's there. It's the Young Bucks. It's whatever, Seth Rollins, whatever you want to say. So you can't just hate the Bucks for no selling.
I mean, it's just a mixture of the things, man. It just is.
I mean, a cruiserweight will hit a tornado DDT.
The fact that, why do we got to shake every man's hand in the fucking locker room? So we get, we're gonna.
What year is it?
Dude, come on, man. So we're gonna fucking, we got thrown out of the damn, look at us. We got thrown out of the WWE locker room. It's because nobody wanted your ass there.
They don't say that.
They've said it before, dude. They've made a fucking complete mockery out of that. The TNA thing. Oh, yeah, we were there. We made more money in Japan, so we just left them hanging.
White, that's like me telling you every time Firehawk came on with us, you should have bowed in his greatness. No, I'm serious. Like, that's ridiculous in 2017, in my opinion. You think Finn Balor walked into that locker room and shook a nice, light, respectful
But
hand
that's
to
how
Roman
things are
Reigns.
done in that company, and they should have known that.
So you think Nakamura came in and lightly shook the hand of Randy Orton? You think that happened?
Probably.
I doubt it.
It could have happened. I'm not saying it did.
Could have happened, but I doubt it.
I mean, I just look at it as, I don't get the whole fucking, the thing that really turned me off with them was that fucking match against the fucking Briscoes, and maybe the commentary and the way they steer it. You just can't blame Steve Corino and his commentary of super kick and all that, because they do it in Japan too.
Which match are you talking? Is that the one where they hit 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're fucking sitting there kicking them over and over and over, and it's Corino's super kick.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hated it.
See, White, a lot of your stuff sounds like Jim Cornette, and it's probably because you're a Jim Cornette fan. But like the Young Bucks say, I'll say this to you also, it's not 1970 anymore. The handshakes, throw it out there. Dude, you're talking about...
Okay, then what is 2017? A fucking shit show where, everything that's good about this business, we're going to fucking make fun of it, and you're going to love us for it.
I'm talking about the handshake specifically there.
It's not just that, dude. Their gimmick is not just a handshake. Their entire gimmick...
No, it's to piss you off, Joe, because you're a 1970s wrestling fan, and it works. That's why they're over.
The problem is the same people. Okay, so you're sitting there going, they're 1970s wrestling, and they're making fun of it, so that's good. But yet we always harken back to that part of the business, and those parts of the business work, and that's the shit we need to see nowadays.
It works in the framework of where they work in Ring of Honor and New Japan. Like I said, when they wrestle, Joe, you want everything like 1970s based.
And everybody does. That's the thing. Why can't kayfabe come back? Why can't we have feuds that matter? Why can't we have fucking selling that fucking matters? These are things that happened in the 70s that I hear every fucking pro wrestling fan say they want back.
But you can turn on a New Japan card and you'll get that.
These guys are making a mockery of it, and that's
Joe,
fine.
listen.
It doesn't matter what else is on the card and a mixture of everything. Fans don't want, what I'm hearing is, fans don't want a mixture of that shit, because it makes the rest of the card seem irrelevant.
But what you're saying there, by destroying the Young Bucks, if they're on a card with Tanahashi and Okada selling their asses off, then you're wrong.
And then they come out and sell nothing?
Right, because that's not their job on the card. They're not in that position. They're a comedy act. They're Will Ospreay. They're Ricochet. That's the point of them on that card. Yeah, it's their circus. It's their version of the circus.
And you don't know
like
who's the heel and who's the babyface. You don't know whether to cheer or boo them. So are they tweeners?
You can tell the difference. In the New Japan framework, the Bullet Club are heels. Right?
Cody Rhodes acted like a complete fucking heel in that match. That damn... He was, to me, and that's why I praised Cody Rhodes so much. He came out. He wanted to throw in the towel. And the two teenage wankers going through puberty, no, don't throw it out. Don't throw it out. So what does Cody do? He stands there and looks more and more pissed off. And it's going to lead somewhere to in a storyline, but...
Yeah, it's going to, I think.
Cody comes off as more NWO-ish, because that's all this fucking gimmick is an NWO... in 2017. 20 years later, we're getting NWO still. But, it's just, Cody came off as more of a heel than the Young Bucks, and that's what kills me, is the Young Bucks are supposed to be fucking heels. In a time in wrestling where, like, we want a heel we can hate. We want a heel we can actually say we hate. The Young Bucks are the epitome of that. And yet the fans, the reverse sensitive universe... It's like DC Comics. It's like the multiverse. They're Earth. You guys are living on Earth too.
Well, let me ask you this: how are they supposed to act? You tell me.
It's not just
because when they're out in their matches and they're chop crotching everybody that they're wrestling, trying to get boos, working as heels. How are they not doing their jobs correctly?
I don't like the fucking gimmick, man. And maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's Ghetto and whoever else books its fault. But I've said it all along. This Bullet Club thing. with Too Sweet Me and crotch chopping, I've hated it from minute fucking one because it's like 1998 called, 96 called. 96! And 1996 was the year Hogan turned heel and the NWO was formed. It is now 21 years later, and that shit is still fucking like, oh, let's recreate it. If WWE were to put that on TV, the Bullet Club, if they were to bring, and I think that's why they haven't done it. If they were to bring out the Bullet Club, doing the crotch chops and the Too Sweet Me and all this shit,
They did try it.
it wouldn't get over.
They did try it.
No, they didn't try it full on.
They weren't doing the Too Sweet Me? Doc, Carl, and AJ?
No,
They weren't doing that?
They weren't doing it. They never made reference to what it was on commentary or anywhere
They
else.
were called the Club, weren't they?
They were no, but I'm telling the Bullet Club. If they had
Well, they can't, Joe. They can't do the Bullet Club because New Japan owns it.
Hold on, here, let me finish. If they had bought the rights to the Bullet Club, like was in the cards at one point, which I think is bullshit. Supposedly, I think is bullshit because Vince is not going to buy rights to anything. That's why you haven't seen the Broken Hardy shit.
Exactly, I agree.
But if Vince were to fucking put that on his air, buy the rights, and said, go out there and do what you did in New Japan, I won't say a fucking thing. I'll sit back here and fucking masturbate in my office. You go out there, you boys, you young, I'll sign the Young Bucks. I'll sign AJ. We got Doc and Carl. I'll even put Fale out there. Just go out there and what you did on New Japan. And if they put that out on WWE TV, people would be shitting on it. Shitting on it.
No, you're wrong about that,
No, I'm
Joe.
not wrong,
You
because
don't remember.
They would go,
You don't remember before those guys walked in.
WWE was just trying to recreate WCW. They're trying it again. It's NWO Light.
Twitter was running rampant with, oh, I think Tama Tonga just signed. No, Fale's coming. No. You couldn't escape it on Twitter and Facebook.
And
People wanted to see the Bullet Club in WWE.
This is the sensitive universe light that I'm talking about, the reverse sensitive universe, because the shit that they cheer in New Japan, if WWE were to do it the exact fucking same way, like if Vince comes in and goes, Ghetto, book a show for me, I won't do a goddamn thing to it. We'll go New Japan Pro Wrestling one night stand. Hypothetical. WWE and even the internet marks, the same people who cheer it would go, why isn't it Corrigan Hall? Oh, you're doing it in Corrigan Hall. Well, why isn't it? Oh, Ghetto's. But they would still find something to shit on it for, you know?
Well, that's the universe.
It would not go over. It's the fans. That's what I'm saying. It's the fucking fans. Maybe I hate the Young Bucks fans more than and I'm like sitting here going, they're fucking heels. Why aren't you booing the fuck out of them? Why are you buying their merch? You know?
Wait, you know the answer to that. And while we're on it, White, are they the only gimmick that you see that's been done 20 years ago? Is there anything else in wrestling that's getting recycled? Or are you just not paying attention because it's so blatant? Because they're so blatant about it.
I mean, another thing is, too, is like, you know, the Joey Ryan dick spot. To me, I equate that, I put that right in the same pocket as the Young Bucks. Just out there to be They found something that works. They found something that people go hee for.
Yeah.
And he's doing it every fucking night. But that has no place in the wrestling business. And AC even has fucking jumped on my half of the bandwagon with that. If Joey Ryan came out there and was a member of the Bullet Club, you New Japan marks. Oh, goddamn, Ghetto's a fucking genius. Look, they're crotch chopping while they're grabbing his dick. They're actually chopping his crotch. And he's no-selling it. I gotta have a t-shirt.
If it made you laugh, it would... Mission accomplished.
Funny
that's
don't
the point
draw
of
money. Funny don't
That's the
draw
point of
money.
that shit.
I'll take it. Funny does not draw money.
Does Omega draw money and Okada?
Wasn't nothing funny about it.
Exactly. So you don't think Ghetto knows that? Look, Nick and Matt Jackson aren't selling out Karuki and Hall. They're not in a main event. That's what you need to understand about them. They have a place on the card, and that's that. They're not selling out friggin' Wrestle Kingdom, the Tokyo Dome. They're not putting main events for that reason.
I just think that, man, yet Ring of Honor will main event with those motherfuckers. You know, Ring of Honor's partly a big time majority to blame for them getting over. You know.
Why? I don't know.
And if I'm
like
the
on
young,
one hand,
if I'm the Young Bucks, I'm sitting here going. If I'm the Young Bucks, I'm sitting here going. If all we got to do is come out there, crotch chop, fake super kick a fucking camera, and no sell, pay me. I can't blame the Young Bucks as much as I do their fans and the whole fans of the Bullet Club thing. Cody Rhodes to me is the biggest fucking heel in the business right now. To me, after that match. And Kenny King or not Kenny King. Where the fuck did that name come from? Kenny Omega. Kenny King. Kenny Omega is now babyface. But
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, dude.
He didn't throw the towel, Joe.
If
he would have thrown the towel,
he wanted to.
If he would have thrown the towel, and the match was stopped,
here's
yes.
Here's where I see this going.
It might happen yet.
Here's where I see this going. Their next big show, Corrigan Hall, Sumo Hall, whatever it is, or even in California. California would be a great thing to do it in, but I don't think Kenny King can work in America, or Kenny Omega can work in America. Can he? There's something about a work visa thing going on. I don't think he can work in.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I heard Meltzer mention something about it, but anyway, let's say they put Kenny Omega on this show. I think Kenny Omega is going to throw the towel in for fucking Cody during his match because Cody's next in line for a shot at Okada.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're going to swerve you. You're going to get the. Let me tell you something, bro. If I was to book this, bro. I'd have them throw the towel in for Omega, throw the towel in for Cody. And then when they get back to Japan after these Series of America shows, you're going to have the Bucks in there with Omega, and Omega's going to sit there and try to explain himself about how, I did it because he wanted to do it for me, and, blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden the Bucks are going to, bam, they're going to fucking super kick Kenny Omega. The Elite is going to break up. And Cody is going to become the new leader of the Bullet Club because this has been their MO all along. They were supposed to have the Adam Cole-Kenny King feud, and they never got that. But I think, honestly, if I was booking this, I would fucking have the Young Bucks turn on Omega, side with Cody, and be like, you're not ruthless enough, dude. That's why I wanted to throw in the fucking towel to spare you. Because you don't have what it takes to fucking win,
There's so many ways you can go with that.
Or they're going to go the route of, we know that, Cody knows that he has a shot against Omega, but he knows he can't beat Kenny King, which is bullshit to me, because fucking, to me, if you had to line those up, Cody Rhodes will whoop Omega's ass. But anyway, there's so many routes that they could go, but to me, I think you get Kenny King away from the Bullet Club. He's outgrown that. To me.
Kenny Omega. You said Kenny King then.
Again? Fuck. Kenny King's now going to come in the Bullet Club too. Why not?
New leader.
Since it's 1996 all over again and it's apparently working now, we can have 50 limos pull up outside of Corrigan Hall. The entire New Japan roster is now a member of the Bullet Club.
White. You act as though they add 5 members a month, which is just not true.
Every other month you hear about somebody getting kicked out and 2 people getting added in.
Who? Since Cody? When did Cody leave WWE?
No, I'm talking about like they did it to Adam Cole. Adam Cole gets kicked out, and now
that's different though because his contract's out.
It's like that.
Well, it is. What do you want to do? You can't just keep Adam Cole in there. He left. He's done.
But do you have to have him? Why can't he just lose and be done? Why do you have to kick him out of the Bullet Club?
Who?
Adam.
Because he can't work there anymore, Joe.
But
he's done.
That doesn't mean the faction has to turn on him.
You can't. So what do you want to do? Just leave that undressed? You never address it? What? He's still in the Bullet Club, but he never shows up?
When Tully or when Arn and Tully went to WWE, did the Four Horsemen turn on him and kick them out of the Four Horsemen? Because they
should have.
Anymore because they couldn't work in WCW no more?
They should have. What did they do storyline-wise? How'd they explain it?
Honestly, I don't remember. I
don't think they did.
They didn't. They got a loss. They put a babyface over or a heel over out the door, and that was it.
White, you're making arguments that don't even. I mean, come on.
Because what happened?
You're
after,
really gonna squabble
after they,
over Adam Cole
because here's
leaving the
thing,
Bullet Club?
No, it's not just that. They did it with Balor and they did it with AJ. Somebody's got to, we got to make them look like shit on the way out.
Oh, come on. AJ did not look like shit on the way out.
We got to beat them up on the way out, and I guess then that's the time-honored tradition,
Well, hey, you want the 70s, man. That's
but
what you do.
What if Adam Cole decides, I'm coming back to Japan? Well, you can't come back and be a member of the Bullet Club.
Well, it wouldn't make storyline sense right now because they kicked him out. So
anyway, I'm just.
Wait, I'll go for hours on.
I'm
Bullet Club.
I'm so looking forward to the fucking time when Cody just fucking ends him.
This is what I would do. I would break off the Elite from the Bullet Club.
Because it does.
That's what I would do.
It does get a bit confusing to like the common fan when you go, they're the Elite, but they're also the Bullet Club. If I'm the other members of the Bullet Club, I'm sitting there going, what makes you so much fucking better than me?
Well, you know what
that is.
Call
yourself Elite.
It's Wolfpack.
Yeah, they're going to split it up.
It's the same thing, right?
But they're still, no, the Wolfpack splintered off. They were different from the black and white NWO. Here, it's like the Wolfpack is a sub, like this guy called it on YouTube, a sub-faction.
Yes.
So the other people are just okay with them going, we're more elite than everybody else, including the other members in the Bullet Club.
They're the elite members of the Bullet Club. Yep.
So, what does
so
that
maybe
make,
you're right, Joe.
Maybe
Maybe Cody comes in and says, hey, you're not elite. I just beat Okada.
By the way,
get the hell out of here.
Since we're ranting on video games tonight, Tekken 7, Japanese fighting game, came out here in the U.S. And I commented on that video's Bad Luck Fale's t-shirt. This may be the only piece of Bullet Club merch I ever buy. The main guy in Tekken 7 is a guy called Heihachi, I think is how you say his name. Hold on.
Heihachi?
Heihachi.
Something like that.
I want to show you a picture of this guy here. There you go.
Oh, you're sending me something, Mike.
Yeah, I'm going to send you something here in just a second. Now, you're going to think, he's a fucking old man, but he was actually the boss. I think the last Tekken game I played was like Tekken 2 or Tekken 3. So, folks, don't slaughter me. It's been a while. But
if it's since you're saying Fale, I didn't see the t-shirt, but I'm picturing. Yeah, okay. Got it.
Okay. So, picture like the skull. It's like a skull in Bullet Club with the hair, wings coming out, and the mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And it said Bullet Club. Like, you know how Bullet Club's usual thing is like the skull-looking thing?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like the skull had sprouted hair like Heihachi and the mustache, and it said Bullet Club, and it had the hair and everything, and then it had Tekken underneath of it. I'm like, oh, cool, they're promoting Tekken because Tekken sponsors New Japan.
Mm.
So I was like, this is cool. They're actually sporting the video game and integrating that into Bullet Club,
Right.
And I'm sitting there going,
it's like just like TJP.
Yeah.
He's a video game.
Well, I mean, it's like, the thing is that they've never really done it with a corporate sponsor,
They should.
I mean, WWE, they did the Final Fantasy 7, they did the Final Fantasy thing at WrestleMania this year, which was cool. They tied that in because of the New Day. And that's
I still don't know why you hate the Young Bucks, by the way.
I don't like the gimmick. I don't like the fact that they're supposed to be a heel, but the fans boo them. It's kind of 50-50 hate. I hate the gimmick, and I hate the fucking fans that cheer them and think they're the greatest things to slice fucking bread. Because they're not. And that's probably why they've never gone to WWE. Because they figure as long
as... yeah, because Finn Balor proved that one.
Well, no.
Yeah, Finn Balor's great, Joe.
Finn Balor's making more money now than he probably did in Japan.
Doesn't matter.
Money
doesn't
money.
matter.
And
so is it about money? Is that what you're saying? Is
it
it about money now?
The whole reason why Young Bucks have not gone to fucking WWE is because they're making more money in Japan and they make more money off pro wrestling tees, and they know the second they sign with WWE, that's gone.
Right. So why is that okay for Finn but not for the Bucks?
And they also know that Vince is not going to let them act like complete fucking jackasses. And he also knows that if they try to bring him in as heels, which they should be, the fans are going to cheer him. It's going to be a reverse Roman Reigns.
But you just said Finn came in and he's making more money than he did in Japan, but the Bucks aren't. So which is it?
Because here's the thing.
Because the Bucks know how to market themselves, and
Yeah.
Finn Balor
I mean,
is.
I'll give them that. They definitely know how to market themselves because they got you right in the palm of their hand.
I actually don't own any Bucks merch, to be honest. But go ahead.
I
Continue
mean,
on with your point.
My thing is that, they know that that's getting taken away. Finn didn't have 54 fucking shirts on, Pro Wrestling Tees and wasn't their number one seller. And I will say it was pretty cool how they got their merchandise into Hot Topic.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, their Hot Topic is going to start selling Young Bucks and Elite merchandise. They posted a thing on Twitter, the Young Bucks did, of them standing out in front of Hot Topic headquarters in California, holding like 5 or 6 bags of free merch out of Hot Topic. And I'm sitting there going, that's the generation you need to market yourselves to. Right there, the people who still shop at Hot Topic.
Well, why? I mean, you can't really blame them because you don't see anybody. I mean, who's the WWE example?
True. But that's because WWE won't let them branch out. CM Punk wanted to wear fight shorts with sponsors. No, can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yet Brock Lesnar still
Brock
around.
could, though.
Brock could. Brock could have Jimmy Johns and, all that on there.
Yep. Well, I think your hate for the Bucks is unwarranted, and I think that's the story of the night.
I know. I'm doing exactly what I should be doing as a fan, like you guys preach, in that I'm booing the big dog because
good fan.
The big dogs are heels. But it's okay. It's okay for them to cheer it's okay for people like you to cheer the Young Bucks, but it's bad for us to boo Roman Reigns.
Well, I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking about the Bucks in matches against friggin' Roppongi Vice. Who am I going to cheer for? Do I want to see Roppongi holding titles? No.
Roppongi's a decent team.
I don't care for Beretta.
And you're
to
right.
Be honest.
You're right. Who in New Japan right now? Is there really a tag scene in New Japan right now?
Not really. Not really.
I mean, golly, you're right about that. There is no tag scene, so who else are you going to get to hold them except for the one fucking tag team who steadily comes over there? What are you going to have? Fucking Liger and Hanma be your tag team champions?
No, it's true. Well, him and Maccabee, it's
Maccabee.
like
Yeah.
Kojima and Tenzin. I mean, what?
Tanahashi still injured over there?
No, he wrestled Naito
Naito?
on that card.
Again?
Yeah.
So they rematched everything that happened on fucking...
Oh, yeah, there were like, 6, 7 rematches?
Was it better? I haven't seen the whole card. I just watched that one match. So.
That's the only match I saw. But I did hear good things about Naito Tanahashi, and then I think Kushida might have had a good match. I can't remember who he wrestled, though.
Looking at this WWE thing tonight.
Oh, yeah, Raw was on tonight.
Raw was on tonight. I watched the first segment, and that was it. They did nothing with Miz and Ambrose. I'm like, Ambrose, They had the Drifter, Elias Sampson, come out there, and I'm just sitting there going, okay, it's different, but, and he's going to go far, I think, Sampson is, because he's going to be like the next Honky Tonk Man, I think. Honestly. He's going to be the modern Honky Tonk Man, where he's going to sing so fucking badly that he's going to get just disgusting heat from, he's going to get X-Pac heat from the crowd, but Vince is like, he's getting a reaction.
Yeah. Well, they might want to do that. Maybe they make him goofy a little bit.
So Elias Sampson apparently got the win over Ambrose tonight because Miz interfered. Mm-hmm. And we see the latest Shattered Dream production from Goldust. I'm actually enjoying this 1996 Goldust.
Yes.
Golden Age is back. Another promo, but the thing is, it's like, why do I have a feeling that they're going to keep doing these promos for another 2 or 3 weeks? And then you're not going to see anything from either one of them again. You'll get no match, nothing.
Well, that's going to happen.
You'll be wondering, what happened to Goldust? He was getting over. Well, that's the problem, pal. He was getting over.
We don't want anybody over, pal.
We can't have anybody more over than Roman Reigns. So
you don't want 8 guys over at the same time, like Rock, Austin, Taker, and Triple H and Shawn. Because that earns you money, pal. And what we're in right now, pal, we don't want money.
I will say about the New Japan thing. They have several people that are over there.
Oh yeah.
You got Young Bucks. The thing about the Young Bucks, I mean, they like them, but they're over like Rover. You know. You got the Young Bucks. You got Chase Owens, who was doing a good job over there. Cody, Kenny Omega. You know, it's okay to have more than one person be the big dog. You know.
Yeah, I like Naito and his crew.
You know, the old phrase, more than one rooster is bad in the hen house, does not apply to pro wrestling.
Yeah, that's what you want.
It's what you want. You want many roosters fucking them chickens. Anyway.
That's right. Rooster it up.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. Anyway. And I don't mean Terry Taylor.
Terry Taylor.
The Red Rooster. I did
That
have...
hair was great, though. You got to give him the hair.
Dude, the hair was good. Anyway. That's like some, like... That was like goth before... You know, goth kids were doing that. You mentioned Hot Topic. Kids were going into Hot Topic and buying hair dye because they wanted their hair to look like that in 2003.
Yep. First time I bought Manic Panic, it was because of Red Rooster.
I mean, they,
That's no lie, White.
Mommy, I want my hair to look like... Hot Topic wasn't even a thing when Red Rooster...
No, it wasn't.
I can see it now. Edwards is like turning on tapes of old WWE, and the Red Rooster comes up.
Where did we get that shit? Was it Spencer's? I can't remember where I used to get that.
Honestly, I never dyed my hair really as a kid. I never got into that. My friend Jonathan, like I moved back to my old neighborhood like in 2003, away from Amelia County, thank God. We moved back to the city, back to civilization. And I catch up with my old buddy in the hood, you know, in the streets, because you know I come from the streets.
You're from the streets.
From the
White.
streets.
Lucky Dog, that's a street name.
That's right.
Yep.
Lucky Dog Lane, baby. Anyway. Anyway. I love this show.
That's great.
Anyway, they first time I see my friend Jonathan again, not only has he dropped like 50 fucking pounds, but he's got blue spikes. His hair was all kind of how Nigel McGuinness used to do back in like 2004 or 5 Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that, but they're all blue. And he's like, yeah, dude, I spend about an hour and a half on my hair every morning doing this shit. Like, I go through a bottle of gel a week just to get this done. I'm like, dude, do you know how much of a woman you sound? But it looks cool. The chicks dug it, so.
Right.
Anyway, I did like during the Samoa Joe segment, the one segment that I did watch on Raw, the referees come to break it up, and Brock gives an STO to one of the reps and absolutely kills him. And then, you know, because Kurt Angle is waving the referees down. So they get killed. And honestly, they've gotten us so spoiled to the fact that these referees aren't going to be able to hold these two apart. You knew that as the segment was going on. But then Kurt waves again, and the entire mid-card of the roster comes out. And fucking, like, people like Bo Dallas and the Revival and Enzo and Cass come out, and Rhino and Slater come out, and they try to break these guys up, and that's who they get to pull it apart. Because you know the main eventers ain't coming down there, you know.
Hey, can you look quick? Did they do anything with the angle?
That's what I'm looking at, because that's actually been the best part of Raw the last 2 weeks, is what Corey Graves is doing.
Yeah.
All right, we get a moments ago. They go to the match. Elias wins. They do the Shattered Dreams production. Miz and Maurice are in the back, and Kurt Angle wants to know what Miz is doing. Miz says Ambrose is lucky because Ambrose ruined his celebration. Miz says Maurice is still angry about the grandfather clock. Kurt says no problem. I'm trying to see if they get over to this. They have a lengthy conversation between Kurt Angle and the Miz. We take a look at Cedric Alexander. So apparently Ced is back. Cedric fights Noam Dar. Glad to see Cedric Alexander back. I was sad when he got injured. But then again, you better be glad he's got injured because he's missed the fiasco that is the Cruiserweight division over the last 6 months or a year. Yeah. Cedric Alexander versus Noam Dar. Cedric wins. I'm trying to look here and see if they can do this thing. Did you hear what happened with Bray Wyatt today?
No.
Apparently, it is leaked online that his wife has filed for divorce.
Okay.
Like the Daily Mail, it was just like the National Enquirer in the UK, broke this story. And the UK thing even went so far as to post pictures of Bray with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Totally fucking tabloid, man. If Meltzer did this shit, people would, I will give it the credit to Meltzer and all the dirt sheets. They would never do that shit. they have a little bit of dignity and a little
I
bit
don't
of
know about that. I don't know about that, White.
But the big thing is that his wife is filing for divorce because apparently now he's been cheating on his wife with the ring announcer, JoJo. So, but my thing was the Daily Mail posted a photo of Bray and his wife, and then they have their 2 kids in the photo. And they blurred out the faces of the 2 kids, but to me it's like it doesn't fucking matter. You've put this guy's kids on the internet.
Well, I don't know if they did.
You know,
they probably got a picture from somebody's social media
or
account.
whatever. But still, you're using this in the way it's being used. You know, it's okay. To me, when will that shit stop? That shit just doesn't fucking fly with me. Getting people's children into it.
The question becomes: does anybody really care about Bray getting divorced? Because it's not Bray; it's Wyndham Rotunda.
Yeah.
So does anybody really care? Like, I think more people are interested in Bray Wyatt than him getting divorced.
Bray was on the show, and apparently, Seth and Bray are gonna fucking. That's the feud now. Bray tells Seth to face his fear and run, and typical Bray Wyatt shit. Hardys are in the interview area. Apparently, they're having a match with Sheamus and Cesaro, and the match is 2 out of 3 falls tonight.
Oh my God.
Matt says they are the most physically daunting team they have faced. They've only faced them since coming back. Anyway.
Yeah, think about that. That's April, and they're still working together.
Hey, we want longer feuds, pal.
We want longer feuds, pal, but we don't want to see them wrestle each other every fucking week, pal. That's my problem.
But that's what tag teams do.
No. Yeah, tag teams wrestle as tag teams. They don't split up and pair off every fucking week, Joe. Come on.
Right. You're right. And I said
Jeff and Cesaro, or Sheamus and Cesaro. Next week they switch.
I even called it. I was like, if they continue this feud, they'll do the opposite of what they did, and they'll have Matt face Cesaro and Jeff face Sheamus, and damn if they didn't do it.
Yep.
Heading into Extreme Rules. That was 2 weeks of Raw right there.
When is their pay-per-view? Their next one?
The next one is Money in the Bank, and that's on Father's Day.
Okay, so that's SmackDown. And then is Raw the next week?
That is on this Sunday. And then Raw's next one.
The balls of fire, I forgot.
Did you see the logo that they've changed now?
Yes.
With the actual balls of fire, and it looked like somebody actually online took that poster and drew a blue dick around it, like an outline of a dick around it. So they quickly changed that. Anyway, we got a Kalisto versus Apollo's Crews with Titus O'Neil, and Apollo wins. After the match, Crews wants Apollo to come, or Crews wants Tozawa to come in the ring. Tozawa tries to get away, but he can't escape the hug. So apparently Tozawa got hugged by Apollo Crews. Here it is. Hoo-ah Nation. The man that was burning up the Indies a few years ago is now Apollo Crews, and he's the smiling, hugging black dude. Anyway.
Unbelievable.
Rhino is being fed cheese and crackers by Heath Slater in the back. There you go.
Sounds like gay porn. Go ahead.
Miz says Kurt Angle has done a horrible job of showcasing Heath Slater's talent. Miz offers Slater an opportunity to be part of his entourage. Rhino says he has a partner. That's total gay porn.
Yes, it is.
Slater says what he wanted as a kid going to WWE events was to be Intercontinental Champion. Miz tells Slater to join him and he'll give him a shot. This is the exact same they're doing on 205 Live with Neville and TJP.
Mm-hmm.
It's not getting over there.
Yikes.
Miz says that he can eat caviar with the stars or eat string cheese with Rhino. That's pretty funny. Rhino says Miz can find a tag team partner because he's going to go to Kurt Angle and make a tag match for tonight. So we're going to get Rhino and Slater versus Miz and whoever. Alexa Bliss to the ring. Last week she defeated Bayley in her women's championship. Instead of having a celebration worthy of a champion, she has to defend against Nia Jax tonight. She has no obligation has to defend against Nia Jax tonight. She has no obligation to defend her title. Alexa Bliss mentions the Money in the Bank match on Sunday, but that is Sunday. How does that apply to you when you're on Raw and they're on SmackDown? Oh, because we still got to put over the other brand's pay-per-view. That's why. Anyway. So this leads to...
I didn't hear you mention anything about Enzo yet either.
No, nothing yet. Well, Enzo and Cass were in the pull-apart at the beginning of the show. So they've already been seen. But Heath and Rhino were too, and they're in an angle with The Miz here. But anyway.
Okay.
So basically, you have all the women come out. And basically, Sasha Banks makes her way to the ring, tells Alexa that she's twisted. To be a champion, you need to prove yourself. Sasha says that she will show Alexa Bliss how a boss throws a party. We go to commercial with all 6 women brawling. What will happen next? Nobody cares. Match number 4 is the whole fucking women's division. Alexa Bliss, Emma, and Nia Jax versus Mickie James, Dana Brooke, and Sasha Banks. And Sasha, Mickie, and Dana pick up the win. Go to commercial. We're back with the Finn Balor video package. Finn says if you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to. Feeling the love from the fans is a humbling experience.
Spoken like a true babyface.
I think they realize that I think AC's right. The bloom is off the rose with Finn Balor. Corey Graves had a chance.
Can you believe that they scrapped that demon gimmick?
Unless they're saving it for something like a big match, like at SummerSlam.
Well, he just had a pretty big match, man, on pay-per-view.
Yeah,
I mean, what are they waiting for?
To me, because here's the thing: what I would have done. I would have had Finn win that 6 thing and go, yeah, he's a beast, but a beast has never faced a demon. And you do the paint gimmick there.
Yeah. That's exactly where I thought they were going.
But I think, like AC says, Finn Balor's supposed to be the collar-popping James Dean now of the WWE.
Yeah. That's true.
So Corey Graves had a chance to talk to Bayley. He asked Bayley what happened at Extreme Rules. Why is Corey Graves talking to Bayley in the back?
Yeah, what the hell? Why isn't he at the desk?
Well, Bayley wasn't in the 6-man, so Bayley hasn't been seen yet. Bayley says the match isn't to inflict pain. She says she's never been in a match or a situation like that. When she goes through the curtain, they see 100% Bayley. She's not going to change who she is for a match. She will do what is best for herself. It's pretty much heelish right there, if you ask me.
Right. Well, Bayley then just lose the match.
Mm-hmm. Or not put yourself in the match to begin with. You could always have said, no, I don't want your title because I'm going to do it in a match other than a Kane match.
Right.
Corey Grass asks what the future holds. Bayley says everyone has been asking her since she started training 9 years ago. She wrote down on the first day she wanted to be the best. That has not changed. She wants to regain the women's title. She wants to walk back into WrestleMania as the Raw Women's Champion. They are in Louisiana where WrestleMania is next year. She wants everyone to know that they can do it on their own terms. So, to me, this is kind of getting back to what the Bayley character was in NXT, which is where they've needed to go the whole fucking time with her, and they haven't. Bayley asks to end the interview on a hug, and Corey's not very excited for the hug. I like that. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Get this. Heath Slater and Rhino versus Miz and the Bear from last week.
Oh, Jesus.
So who's this Bear? The Bear comes running into the ring, and Maurice tells Miz something. Slater helps the Bear up, and the Bear with a kick and double underhook DDT. Maurice tells Miz that is a different Bear. The Bear takes off its head, and now it's Ambrose. What they should have done last week. Dean puts Slater on top of the Miz for the 3 count. So Heath Slater and the Rhino have now beat Miz and nobody.
Right.
Further burying your Intercontinental Champion. After the match, Dean puts the Bear head on the Miz. And we go to a video package. We look back. Here we go. You're talking about April. They look back at the tag match where WrestleMania when Matt and Jeff returned. We continue with a look at Sheamus's and Cesaro's quest to regain the tag titles. Then we have more cruiserweight action. Ugh, fuck, we could skip this.
Yes, please.
Anyway.
Hey, speaking of the club, where have they been? Carl and Doc.
Well,
it's been a couple weeks, right?
Match number 6 is Luke and Carl. so the
Okay.
club, versus Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy again.
Okay.
Winners are Enzo with an elbow to Gallows, Enzo off the turnbuckle into a boot. Anderson tags in. They hit the Magic Killer for the 3 count. Every fucking time they do this match, they have got to pin Enzo Amore.
Yep.
Because Enzo is not believable.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be better off if they relegated to Enzo as a manager.
I agree.
Like, I could see Enzo Amore in CWF Mid-Atlantic managing somebody, like the filmmaker has his concierge.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
After the match, they get Enzo up for another Magic Killer, and Big Show's music plays, so they drop Enzo. And even though Big Show takes his time getting to the ring, Anderson Gallows leave the ring. Show enters. Show picks up Enzo, and they hug. Show raises Enzo's hand, and Colin Cassidy is confused. So it's like, oh, you're trying to steal
So is Jeff
Enzo.
Edwards.
So is everybody else watching the show, apparently. We're back with an R-Truth promo. Cutting it on Goldust. Enzo walks in the back, and Enzo thanks him for saving him 2 weeks in a row. Enzo wants to know if Big Show took care of Colin since one blow knocked him down. Jesus. Show yells at Enzo and then realizes it isn't Enzo, it's Colin Cassidy. Show says that he has one word to describe Colin, and he will spell it out. I'm confused by this. Show is in the back. Enzo thanks him for saving him 2 weeks in a row. Enzo wants to know if Big Show took care of Colin since one blow knocked him out. And Show is yelling at Enzo. But it's not Enzo, it's Colin. Maybe I'll have to watch this to get it.
Either that or it's written wrong.
Yeah.
It could be written wrong.
Well, this is from PW Insider. So,
Wait, read that part again. Show is yelling at
okay,
Enzo.
so they're in the back after the R-Truth promo. Big Show's walks in the back, and Enzo comes up to him apparently and thanks him for saving him 2 weeks in a row.
Okay.
And Enzo wants to know if Big Show took care of Colin since one blow knocked him down. So Cassidy hasn't been taken out in the back or anything. I'm trying to see here where they took out Colin. You know, Enzo tags in and Carl knocked Colin Cassidy to the floor during the match. And that was it. That's all you saw of Colin Cassidy. So apparently one hit has knocked him to the floor, and that's what Enzo is saying.
Okay.
You know, so Show is yelling at Enzo and then realizes it's not Enzo, it's Colin. This makes no sense. I'm going to have to watch this.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Show couldn't
So
see
I
him.
think they're finally turning Colin Cassidy heel is what we're getting out of this, which is
That's
awesome.
what it sounds like. Yep.
They're finally splitting these two up. Let's see. Samoa Joe is in the interview area. He's asked by the robot, are any changes in his strategy for Lesnar? Joe says it has not been about words, it's about the actions. Let's see here. Joe came to the ring. He says he came to the ring and looked Brock in the eye so he could see who he'll be facing. In 4 weeks, Brock will walk to the ring, and Joe says he'll put him in the Coquita Clutch. That's another thing. Is that Paul Heyman is like, you won't get the chance to put Brock in the Coquita Clutch like you have everybody else. So I think the story of the match is, which is awesome, given Brock is the MMA guy, can he get, slip up, and can Joe catch him in the Coquita Clutch and choke out Lesnar? Which is a good story, I think. Matt and Jeff versus Cesaro and Sheamus in a 2 out of 3 falls. First fall goes to Cesaro and Sheamus. Second fall goes to the Hardy Boys. Fall number 3, you want to guess what it is?
DQ?
Double count out.
Okay.
So you weren't that far off. After the match, all 4 men battle outside the ring. Jeff goes to the top, hits a splash onto Sheamus and Cesaro. And that was Monday Night Raw. Sounded like a show I could miss.
Wow. So nothing with Angle and Graves.
Nothing with Angle and Graves. No
Wow.
Balor for 2 weeks in a row.
No Roman?
No Roman on the show.
Wow. That's interesting.
Ratings are going to plummet this week. I guarantee you, though, the ratings won't plummet because Lesnar was there. But after the first hour is going to do good, maybe. If you break it up by quarter hour, the first quarter hour of the show's going to do gangbusters, but I could totally see hours 2 and 3 tanking this week.
Yeah, your boy Meltzer's going to have a major drop for third hour. Yep.
And rightfully so. That's what it is.
Anything else, White? What else do we have to do? We're doing it all tonight.
Yeah, we are. Well, it's Monday night PWAM, and AC isn't here.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him.
You haven't heard from him? When's the last time you heard from him? The last time I heard from him was 2 Mondays ago.
Oh, I heard from him the other day. When was that? Let's see. June 10th. So is that Friday?
Yeah, Saturday. Good Lord.
Saturday. Yeah, he was tweeting us about the NEW show.
He was tweeting out about the NEW show. I'm gonna put fucking have you seen this man? He's going on the 1650 milk carton. Fuck. Where are you, AC? We miss you.
Where is Daddy Cool?
Daddy Cool is missing. I feel like we ought to be playing the X-Files theme behind us.
Have you seen Daddy Cool?
If you see Daddy Cool, call us immediately. Don't go near him. He's probably drunk. Anyway. Uh-oh. What is that? Oh, we're going to get copyrighted, dude. Now
I just blew it.
It's
a ringtone, YouTube. Relax.
They don't care. It's not about them. It's the bots are going to pick it up.
Fox bots.
The YouTube Fox bots.
Yep.
Next time, they're going to be like...
I hate the bots, White.
So do I. They took down our video.
You were on a roll.
Actually,
there, White.
The bots didn't take down their video.
Is that the biggest one in history?
That's the biggest one we've ever done.
Even you alone?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not going to get paid a dime for it. It's not about the money to me.
Yeah, but it would be nice once in a while, just a little something, White. You know?
Yeah, if you click on it, it says... Well, I can watch it, apparently. I like Don Callis. If you go...
Yeah, let me pull it up on the old desktop here. Because
I'll send you the direct link here.
My mobile is not viewing it on the channel.
If you go to that link right there, it'll let me watch it, I guess, because I'm the content creator. So I could go in and watch it, but it says blocked in all countries.
Let's see if I can view it. This video contains content from NJPW, who has blocked it on copyright grounds. Sorry about that. It actually says it.
The YouTube smiley or the YouTube frown face. Yeah.
Frown face, yep. It should just say White is a criminal.
White is not a fan of the Young Bucks, therefore he cannot have his 4,000 views.
Maybe that's what it was, Joe. You got to lighten up on those guys.
Hashtag too sweet me. Ghetto says, you don't like what I book. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
It's hard to believe, do the fans, at the end of every fucking... Has Ghetto ever wrestled before?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So he doesn't now, though, right?
No. I think Jado has done some of those pre-show battle royals that they'll do. Like Wrestle Kingdom. Where they kind of have the old guys come in. Yeah. Yeah. But no, he mainly manages Okada.
So he manages... If Vince McMahon...
Now listen, he's been booking for a long ass time over there.
If
so
Vince McMahon comes out and manages Roman Reigns tomorrow, fans would just shit all over it.
I'll tell you what, that would be funny as hell.
But the booker of New Japan, Ghetto, could come out and manage Okada, but the problem is Okada's going to be dropping the belt soon, I have a feeling. So there is a big difference there. And Ghetto knows when shit's working and when shit's not, so...
Why? Let me ask you something. Why doesn't your videos where you're doing the games, why doesn't the bot program pick that up?
Oh, it did with the one today.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, because in the next video I'm releasing with that, I can't have the music on. It copyrighted it today, and I disputed it for a song that is played within the video game. That's why on Grand Theft Auto 5, if anybody ever does a video of Grand Theft Auto 5, they turn the radio off because YouTube will flag the music.
Mm.
And I should have picked up on that. Like, I didn't think background music would get, especially golf background music, which is like,
Yeah, really.
shit that you would hear at a Serenity Spa.
Yeah, it's true.
But it got flagged. Let me see here.
What about your trailers? Guardians, Orange, and Dark Tower.
They got flagged because of the damn content itself. All of them. That's why I haven't done one for Black Panther yet. This is Hope Eternal by Gareth Johnson. It's played from timestamp 3053 to timestamp 3040 on behalf of the Audio Network PLC, monetized by the owner. Now, I can choose to remove the song, but then it removes everything for that patch of audio.
Right. I don't know, Joe. I just don't get, like, on one part of me gets it, but the other part is like...
Well, you're a music artist, so you would be like, hey... But my thing is, you've licensed your song to appear in the video game.
That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, and okay, so you're going to make money off the
It's
video
part
game.
of the
That's
video
fine,
game,
but...
You know?
I mean, most artists realize, once they do a release, it's hitting YouTube. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And I think most people would be happy that they're, somebody's talking about it. But my God.
So the E3 thing, that's another thing. The one where I did Microsoft, blocked in all countries. The same as the New Japan deal. I deleted the video. That's why I didn't do Sony's tonight.
What is this 2-minute video that says Nintendo and Microsoft?
That's predictions, and I think that needs to be deleted, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do that now. It's had one view. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Actually, that wasn't me. I didn't watch that one.
So the one where I play NASCAR, that one's not getting copyright. The last video besides the New Japan thing was the Castlevania trailer that I did. Everything else, like your quick cut, which has done really good. The last episode of Blading for Truth that was up there has done good.
Mm-hmm.
The CWF after show has been real good, which I can't wait to Wednesday now.
Oh yeah.
Madness in Any Direction starts up. Tickets to Absolute Justice have been purchased. I will be there.
Next to the subscribe button, it says 99.
Let me see.
Who's wrong about this, me or you?
Subscribers, 99. But when I go, I use a thing called Streamlabs to set up, like, that's whenever somebody subscribes and the Zelda thing pops up and the little tune plays, that's where that comes from.
Oh.
I have that linked to my YouTube account, so every time somebody subscribes, that plays. And right now, it says right now, in the last day, this shows that we've only had 6 people subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
But it jumped up to 99 because I now think people think I'm going to put New Japan videos up.
Well, guess what, people?
Nope.
Can't happen.
Well, it can happen for 24 hours before Ghetto finds it.
That's right, White.
You motherfucker! You're taking my product! No soup for you!
Same
I don't
thing.
know how Ghetto became the soup Nazi there, but... Me Chinese, me put joke, me take your video off YouTube.
Hey, didn't we just have somebody from China subscribe tonight?
Yeah, Chinese, Japanese, whoever.
Dirty knees, look at me.
I was going to say the same thing.
Well, we just lost him, White.
That motherfucker, he know like a Chinese people. Or Japanese people. He has a hate against all Asians. I love Asians, actually.
Hey, what happened? Yeah, me too. Oh. What happened first? The video removed or that guy following us?
That guy, the guy followed us before the video got removed.
He might be a rat. That could have been Ghetto right there.
That could have been Ghetto. But why would he subscribe?
I'll show these motherfuckers.
I subscribed to get that fucking video taken down. Too sweet, me jackass. Send Fale over. Fuck you up. I'm a huge Fale fan. I like Bad Luck Fale.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, you talk about him a lot. Anyway, is that it? What else?
Reminds me of the fucking. Remember on next Friday? The fucking Japanese woman that lives next door, Miss Kim?
Oh, yeah.
She's all ghetto and shit. He's like, it's Miss Ho Kim, motherfucker. It's brilliant. But I don't know why they took. I mean, I know why they took down the video, and I know why it got 4,000 views, like you pointed out earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way people could watch the fucking match on YouTube
Right.
for free.
Right.
And I was probably one of the first ones to post the full match. You know, maybe I should have.
Yep.
Maybe I should have, instead of putting Okada Omega 2, maybe I should have put Joe gives his thoughts on Porosu Spot Fest or some shit like that, and people would have tuned in. I don't know.
You're gonna have to get creative, and
Yeah.
like Ventura said, maybe shrink it down. I don't know. Maybe that won't.
Well,
Maybe
here's
it'll be
my
a
thing.
workaround.
If you go around to that video, let me see here. Did other people, the people who posted the match too, who got 16,000 views or whatever it was?
Oh yeah, I saw that one earlier today. Let's see if that's on there. What about Meltzer? No, he doesn't.
Apparently that got taken down too. Because all I'm seeing on the sidebar here is reviews. I'm not seeing full match.
Yeah, that's not there. That's gone.
So apparently they did it in one fell swoop. Anything that says Okada Omega, you better enjoy it while it lasts. Anyway.
Mm.
It was nice to have 4,000 people watch something.
I'm sure it was, White. I mean, that's cool.
It's never going to happen again. Not for me.
Oh, they'll come back, White. If we build it, they'll come.
If we build it, they will come. On the next Blading for Truth, Okada Omega 3.
Yes.
Come all you faithful. I mean, it's like it was our most commented on video. Actually, no. The most commented on video was the one where I did back in like 2012, where I talk about driving a truck for WWE, because I think I've said this.
Yeah.
I pulled into North Carolina, a truck stop in North Carolina, right after WrestleMania that year. I think it was 24 or 26, one of the two. And the WWE truck drivers are there hauling the equipment back up to Stanford. And I stopped and asked them about how it was in the business, and I immediately ran back to my truck, fired up my shitty-ass laptop with the webcam, and gave, what the guy said and my thoughts on it. And for years now, that's been my most watched video on the channel, even before I converted it to, we converted it to 1650, and when, pre-network, I should say.
Pre-network.
And the first thing I get, because the company they use is a company called Stage Call, the first thing I get is some woman going, my husband is a truck driver for that company for WWE. You don't need to be on here telling their business. And everybody immediately jumps on and trashes the fuck out of her.
Oh, wow.
So now that has reclaimed its spot as the most commented on and watched video on the channel.
There you go.
Fuck you, ghetto. You're ghetto for taking my damn video down.
Ghetto's ghetto.
Ghetto's ghetto. We're getting out of here.
All right. Sounds good.
So skip to 55 minutes in to hear Jeff, and you'll hear him go another hour and a half with me.
I got my time in, Wyatt. I got my shit in.
You got your shit in, just like the Young Bucks. Got to get their shit in every match.
Of course. I love those guys.
For Hollywood Edwards, I'm Joe White. Sorry, guys. I just wanted you guys to hear my thoughts on a match as I watched it for the first time. Ghetto said no, so send your hate mail to ghetto@njpwworld.com. Why you take down Joe White video? Next letter. Why you take down Joe White video? Next letter. Kudos to you, Ghetto. That young buck hating motherfucker deserve it. I like this one.
Hey, maybe he'll swerve it and he'll fight for your right, White.
Well, you should put Joe White on New Japan World.
Repost Joe White.
Repost Joe White. Hashtag repost Joe White. Hashtag ghettos ghetto.
Is he on Twitter? I don't know.
Oh man, is he? We gotta see. We gotta find out.
We need a word.
We need a word with you, Ghetto. Ghetto, Mr. Ghetto, a word if I may. He'd be like, who the fuck Joe White? I just push button and anything mention Okada Omega get delete. Oh man, how do you spell it? Is it Gedo?
Yeah.
I'm gonna search.
I don't know about this. This may be difficult.
If it does, the whole thing's in Japanese. We won't be able to read it anyway. Twitter. Ghetto wrestler. That bandana covers his eyes. How old is this guy here?
I'm not sure of that.
He's 48. Golly. Dude was born in 1969.
It's a good year.
Yeah.
I guess.
Maybe. No, he doesn't have a Twitter.
No, well,
Here's
on notice.
what I don't get. Here's what I don't get.
Okay.
He's on notice. Here's what I don't get. I made a mention in that video of Chaos versus Bullet Club. They even made a mention of it, Chaos versus Bullet Club. That's like the only time I've ever really heard them mentioning the faction names.
Mm-hmm.
Have they ever had a match where it's like every member of Chaos versus every member of Bullet Club?
No, they haven't had an all-out war,
Like
as
the
far
faction,
as I know.
that's what I don't get about the factions in New Japan. They're there, but they're not there.
Mm.
The only one that really seems to matter is Bullet Club.
Yeah, the other ones are kind of more like a... how would you put it? Like an alliance almost, but they're
like
not a
the
full-on...
current members of Chaos, apparently here, or are Hiroki Goto, Okada, Ishii, Toru Yano, Will Ospreay, Yoshihashi, so Yoshitatsu, I'm assuming. And then
Is Roppongi in there?
Roppongi's in there.
Yeah.
Gedo and Jado. And the Briscoe brothers are apparently a member of Chaos.
Yeah, they... That's only because they teamed with Yano for those 6-man belts. But yeah, it's normal to see if they're doing a 4-on-4 or a 5-on-5. It's usually stablemates.
Storyline-wise, they know the Bucks are coming down with Omega. Why not send, 2 members of Chaos down there to even the odds,
They didn't need them, White.
But yeah, I mean, you're right.
Because Gato was out there.
Because Gato...
He'd take on the whole Bullet Club himself. He'll take on the Bullet Club and you, White, and he'll still win.
It's Gato versus YouTube. You can hear it now. Is Matashi one fall? Is Gato? And this is a corner. Joe White and Google. Hi. Anyway,
what the fuck does PWAM mean anyway? Joe White.
He making fun of Chinese people. What PWAM mean? Is that something you do with your hair? Go there and get a PWAM?
Yes, PWAM. Curl the hair, White.
What the fuck? This is getting racist. I mean, here it is. We come into this show. Joe's talking to his imaginary friend for the first 55 minutes. Then Jeff Edwards does an E3 run-in.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, man. kicking myself in the ass about that. I'm tempted to just cut out the first 55 minutes of the show.
Let it roll.
But we're streaming, so we can't.
Let people use their imagination.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, is that it, White?
So then we just started get into fucking trashing the Japanese for taking down our YouTube video. Because it's like I came into the show going, fuck yes, we finally got a show on the network. 4,000 people have seen the network, and they better have gone and sampled other shit too. And right in the middle of our celebration, Ghetto swerves us. Says,
it was his biggest swerve of his
Yeah.
career. Totally.
book it, Ghetto. Book me, Ghetto. Put me in the ring. I'll stand underneath the carpet. You can jerk it out right up from underneath me, live in Corrigan Hall.
Aye.
I'll bump it. I'll sell it like it's fucking, I don't know what else.
You never take bump, Joe White. You never work in business.
Fuck you, Joe White.
Hashtag ghetto dashy.
Hashtag Ghetto down. Oh, shit. Hashtag Dassy Ghetto. They do last names first in Japan, remember?
Yes, Dassy ghetto.
Coming to the ring, Dassy Ghetto! Book, that's your match for Wrestle Kingdom. Dassy Ghetto. Ghetto Dassy. When AC hears this.
Oh my god.
Is he a member of Bullet Club or Chaos? Which one? Ghetto Dassy. I think I like Ghetto Dassy better than Dassy Ghetto.
I love the last name first though. You're right.
Dassy Ghetto. Coming to the ring, Bullet Club. Dassy Ghetto.
Oh, that's funny shit, White.
How the fuck would Chono and Liger sit at ringside calling that? Oh my god.
That's good.
I can see my favorite part of that match, actually, everybody's going crazy for that spot where he goes for the Rainmaker clothesline and Omega just drops because they're so exhausted. I thought that was like, huh? I mean, even if you listen to my commentary, I'm watching that going, what the fuck was that? Okay.
I think the spot was
Everybody praises that as the best spot of the match. To me, that's not the best spot of the match. To me, the best spot was that last drop kick. And Don Callis going, that goddamn drop kick.
yeah, it was good.
It just made it seem that much more important and that much more better, way better.
Was Okada going for a Rana and Omega caught him into a power bomb? Do you know that spot I'm talking
He
about?
shot him off the ropes, and I think he went for another fucking drop kick or something, or a crossbody or something. Because he jumps up and fucking Omega just boom, and I even point that out in the video. I was like,
That was awesome.
Anywhere else in the world, any other indie workers in the world, like Osprey and fucking Ricochet, were to try that shit, it would look like the most botched power bomb in the world because they're trying to do it at 50 miles an hour. But these two guys, when they replayed it,
oh yeah,
it's a full-on Batista bomb.
yeah, and it was level too. Like
Yes,
it was perfect.
Pretty. It was just there's no other way to describe it. Pretty. It's just it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I give you a Batista bomb, Joe White. Take your video down.
White Joe.
White Joe. How do you say white in Japanese? I wonder.
White.
White.
Joa.
It can be no white.
Did you ever see that Buck shirt a few years ago? They had it said Younga Buxa Goa Homa. And it was spelled like that right on the t-shirt.
So stupid. See, now they're making fun. Now they're racists. They're racist too. My Ghetto going to book a bunch of racists. Well, who am I kidding? Their Ghetto's cash cow right now, probably.
Oh yes.
He's a young bucka.
No, pulling your videos is Ghetto's cash cow. Yeah. Obviously.
All them 4,000 hits. That's 69 cents mine. That like 20,000 yen.
Oh. Or $1.29, Joe White.
I can go down to China to Roppongi district, get nice
Yes.
lady. Thank you for getting me the tika tika, Joe White. Joe White give me pleasure more way than one.
Gado.
Good night, everybody.